After our battle with the aberrant creature and subsequent escape from the crumbling temple, my companions and I were rightly exhausted. We all knew how close we came to death, and it weighed heavy on our hearts, but we did survive. The others regaled Kes and Hug with the information we had learned from the Eternal Gale while we recovered. I find it amusing that while they gripe about the quality of his ship, he has no doubt become a trustworthy companion for our journey. There was no hesitation in telling him, despite how if such information were to get out we could all face trouble in the future. But I know down to my last bolt that he would never betray the trust that we have given him. He knows the value in a secret. While he peppered the group with questions and they asked about his past in return, I took the excuse to pilot the greatest treasure and spend some time alone with my thoughts. I have to admit a fair amount of sorrow at the news we had learned. While I did feel for those who lost their lives in the initial calamity, the deaths of the people of Husband are entirely on my hands. I watched the Eternal Gale's vision of that fateful day, and I replayed it in my head. The sky breaking, meteorites of Ald crashing down, and the astral sea tearing away at the kingdom. And in the center of it all, just barely able to be made out, was an airship. If I truly was the captain of a ship outside of Aneria, then I could have very well stumbled upon this realm and breached the shield. Why, though? Was it accidental, or am I some greedy treasure hunter at their core, who broke in to see what they could find? I do not like to dwell on the latter option, but it might just be the correct assessment of myself. I have no idea who I am at my core. Helm seems agreeable enough, but I can't help but remember the cold savagery with which he attacked us while under the command of the fragment within my chest. Why make a construct so large only to have them pilot an airship? Or did his construction include the need for a bruiser as well? I spent most of the night pondering the question of who I was, and if learning the truth would change my character. My melancholy was not helped when Victor and Ezra, working together, translated the letter we had collected from the fallen Jinn. In it, a young woman named Cassia spoke of her journeys away from Husband and how she was excited to see her love once again. Ezra seemed interested in her comments regarding a weapon of immense power, Ion Breaker, but I focused on the last section of the letter as Victor translated the scratchings that Ezra was making on the paper. It detailed a vision from a Boromex regarding the sky falling. The woman in the letter played it off as nothing, but I froze at the notion. This may have been the last letter to be received home before I caused the destruction of Husband. If that is the case, then the writer of this letter was outside the kingdom when it was sealed away. All of her memories about her love, gone. Her entire people, gone. I can imagine what it is like to lose one's memories. Ezra wants to see if we can track this weapon down, and while I am unsure what we might find, I do want to find this woman or her descendants. If she is alive, she deserves to know the truth. The next morning, we made it through the fog and finally out of the broken expanse, with no issues from the aberrants that had been plaguing us on the way in. We passed a few of the traps on the way, but whatever we had done to the large monstrosity in the temple had turned the rest docile and near harmless. Hopefully some peace can finally come to this area of the world. We had only been out of the fog for an hour before another shape began to form on the horizon. At first we prepared for the worst, some final creature that had stalked us from the expanse, or the Gearcracker clan coming for revenge. We were all surprised to see an Arcanum airship 3 times the size of the greatest treasure emerge from the fog. They announced themselves as the mnemonic response and declared that they were detaining us for being within the broken expanse. Since we were contracted by the Arcanum to be there, nobody argued, and soon enough we were face to face with 2 women. One was a tall, graceful, and very stern figure, whose race I could not determine. The other was a halfling, small and quick on her feet, but carrying herself with a confidence that was admirable. On her back was a crossbow that was far larger than she should be able to wield, but looked almost weightless. The outfit she wore was clearly Tinker's garb. It's easy to spot when goggles and pouches are universal for all artificers. When she spotted me, something seemed to claw at my memory, but I could not grasp it. She seemed to have the same issue, and we spent most of the conversation staring at one another, trying to piece things together. In the end, Adria, the taller woman, took us all aboard the mnemonic response and detained us. I watched as each of my companions, including Kes and Hug, were whisked away to be debriefed on their experiences in the expanse. We had discussed the matter yesterday. None would tell what secrets we had learned, nor the mission the trio and the Eternal Gale had given us. After Hug left, I waited alone, feeling a bit forgotten. I was then escorted by a single guard into a room and sat down in front of the halfling woman rather than Adria. She introduced herself as Callie Toggs, head of the Research and Development Division of the Arcanum. Apparently, we were aboard her ship and Adria had interviewed the others regarding our adventures in the Expanse. I did not rate on Adria's radar as sentient from what Callie had told me, so I would have been passed over if she had not taken initiative. Ignorant, but I let it slide so I could speak with this interesting woman. She wanted to know my story, considering me such a unique creature. As I explained how I had woken beneath Manaport and my journeys, she listened with rapt attention. She only interrupted my story once I revealed the fragment of myself I had received from Helm. Her hand darted into her jerkin so quickly I was afraid for a moment she was about to pull a weapon on me, but instead she pulled out a necklace. Dangling from the end of the leather string was a casing that held a part of me, a fragment just like the one Helm had. It called to me, begging me to claim it, just as the other did. Callie explained that she had woken up in an Arcanum cell nearly 90 years ago, with nothing on her except her clothes and this fragment with no memories of how she got there. All she knew was to keep this fragment safe, which she had been doing ever since. As she handed it over to me, I decided to tell her more. Tell her about the shield around the world and the world before. I would not reveal the mission given to us, but I hoped my friends would forgive me for opening up to this woman. While we had just met, I felt like I could impart all my confidence and trust in her and not suffer. We spoke for an hour, like a pair of old friends reliving memories together, before I expressed my desire to continue this conversation after I knew my companions were okay. She agreed and had me escorted away, promising to meet later. The room I was taken to was thrumming with nervous energy as my companions discussed their interrogations from Adria. They were all eager to hear what she had asked me, but I had to disappoint them. I showed them the fragment and explained my conversation with Callie. Then, being with my companions once again, I placed the fragment inside my chest and watched it click into place before a vision flooded the minds of everyone there. It was short, merely a few moments of discussion and work aboard an airship. Callie was there, working on a large ballista with my help and talking about how this mission was important. I also spotted a man on the deck, though his back was turned to me. I could see the silvered hand axes at his side though, a singular clue pulled from a short memory. We discussed the meaning of this, and I asked the party if they would allow Callie to be trusted with our mission. I felt she could be an invaluable asset to our plans. However, the rest of the party was not ready to trust anyone in the Arcanum with this delicate matter. They did agree to meet with her though, so they could begin to gauge her character. After a few hours we were led up to the deck, where Adria, Callie, and the full contingent of Arcanum aboard the ship were waiting. We were also back at Border Town, set down in the airfield with the greatest treasure being unhooked from towing moors next to us. After a few tense moments, Adria declared that we were free to go with the Arcanum's thanks and 1,000 gold reward for our service in the Broken Expanse. We eagerly made a hasty retreat, though a few of us lingered to ask questions about what would happen next. Adria, as stoic as the first time I had seen her, assured us that the Arcanum would handle everything that was discussed. I am unsure how to feel about Adria. She hides most of herself behind a set of armor and near full helm and seems intent on finding something. I do hope nobody had let anything slip during their conversations. Once we had free reign of Bordertown, Kes and Hug went back to the ship to repair it for a return journey, while the rest of us made our way back to the general store. I do feel a bit bad about Durad, as our appearance whole and healthy meant he was out a fair bit of money. I promised myself to write him frequently to tell him of our adventures. Hopefully, hearing how the money contributed to all the good we were doing in the world will be a small comfort for him. Being so late in the day, we made our way back to the Road Inn. The innkeeper was warm, if a bit closed off to Seredan, and the bard was more than a little happy to see Ezra. Perhaps there is something between the two? A close bond? We spent the night resting and recovering, spending some of that hard-earned gold, with the intention to spend more tomorrow at the local wellspring shop. Callie joined us later in the evening, and in a few minutes she was already acting as if she and the rest of the party were old friends. I explained my additional vision to her, and she had a conversation with Ezra regarding the gigantic crossbow she wielded. Apparently, it was one of the only pieces she managed to recover from the wrecked airship after signing up with the Arcanum. She had shrunk the ballista in my vision down to a manageable size and enhanced it with plenty of ingenuity. It was very impressive. As the evening wore down to a close, the smell of lilacs drifted through the air, coming from Eve. She stood up, excusing herself and asking the rest of us to follow. We bade goodnight to Callie and left, cramming into Victor's room and lighting a few candles. The message from Lady Crester was grim. Lukan, who had been investigating the Infinite Sight's presence at Moore's Bend, had stopped communicating. She was calling on us to investigate immediately. It seems we will not be able to rest much after all. Bolt.
Oh, is it me? Oh. Hi, everybody. Welcome to session... Oh, no. 33 of Tales of Aneria. We're not restarting. I don't do that. Welcome back. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful time last episode. I know that we kind of left on a little bit of a...
I had a great time. Yeah. 20,000 gold worth of great
20,000 gold worth
I
of
twitches a little bit. That's okay. But let's go ahead and jump into it tonight with a reminder on the letter that was sent from Lady Crestor. Do you have that up here?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't at this exact moment.
not at the right moment.
But I can get it.
Yeah, no worries.
There is an issue that requires your attention. Lukan has not checked in 3 days. Can I just say, this is out of character.
Uh-huh.
Like... She's kind of needy. Like, we haven't checked in with her in how long? What's going on with her and Lukan?
Very true.
She is sending letters to all of her other operatives to come check on us.
There's like 50 people who showed up to Border Town. They're like, where have you been?
Sorry. Okay, sorry. I'll start over. There's an issue that requires your attention. Lukan has not checked in 3 days. Was last seen investigating Morris Bend. You will need to head there as soon as possible. Signed... She didn't sign it.
Nope, she didn't sign
it. She's a helicopter patron.
It's kind of annoying.
Just with Lukan, though. With us, she's pretty hands-off.
It's almost like he probably is more professional, actually messages her every now and then.
He's the firstborn child that she patroned, and she kind of, she treats him a little bit different.
We're like, can we reply back and be like,
for sure.
We're fine, everything's fine. How are you?
Right. So
we were going to
That's right.
The entire...
Sorry, we have so many people that we're working for.
Everyone has died.
So we are in Victor's room currently.
Mm-hmm.
Personally set up wind chimes abounding, a couple candles illuminating what is otherwise a dark room, and you've just finished reading that message.
I should leave him there.
Well, but as much as I would like to agree with you, I have not a lot of love for Lukan. But anyway, that's more personal than professional. The Infinite Sight, I think, obviously we do want to follow up with, but I'm a little more concerned about Aventhi and the whole shattering of the world right now. But that said, we don't really know where to look for him. Perhaps we could ask Lady Crestor to keep an eye out, or use her whatever network of eyes and ears she might have to...
And legs.
And legs.
Legs for days.
Victor's just naming body parts. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Legs, fingers.
You're the guy from Anchorman. Lamp. I like lamp.
To keep an eye out for.
Your breasts, they're below your throat.
I could write a letter. Yeah, give me some parchment. Terry will pull out a piece of paper and she'll start writing. She'll be like, "Dear Lady Crestor, thank you, and we will plan on heading towards, what was the name of the town again? Morris Bend.
You have to pay attention.
As soon as possible. Also, we've learned many things recently that sort of have to do with the breaking of the world and mass destruction. We think it would be... It's all sort of centered around dwarf named Aventhi. We were wondering if you could perhaps keep an eye out for him or use your network of eyes and ears to try to gather information.
Does the character limit pop
Aliases.
up at the bottom and start flashing
Has
red?
to flip the page over.
Aliases, fart face, woolly boogers. He's description. I don't know what he looks like. He's very dark, and
Shadowy.
and he's got sort of a scowly face all of the time. Very angry, very cocky. I've just described like 90% of dwarves, haven't I? What else? He has a tattoo of a butt on his cheek. I don't know what does he look like.
You have
We
no
don't know.
idea.
We've never met him.
You've only seen a shadowy
avatar of
version
him.
of him.
That's right. Okay, fine. So I scratch all of that out. I just draw a line through it. It's just straight through.
Straight through.
We don't actually know what he looks like, and last time we saw him, it wasn't actually him, and it was inside a sort of magical locket.
I feel like we're losing the plot.
She's
But-
gonna think we've been drunk this whole time.
But if
On
you
her die.
hear anything or know anything, he uses was it a scythe? Didn't he have a scythe?
Yes, he did have.
He carries a scythe, and he's very evil.
If you see any shadows with scythes, then tell us.
That was Victor leaning over and writing something in his own words.
If you can learn anything of him, please let us know as soon as possible. We think the fate of the world depends on it. Sincerely, Eve.
Well, that was a long 5-page essay on a video.
Anyway, I give it back to her and say, send this soon. I think it will help.
Wow.
Don't read it first, though. Just send it.
It struggles a little bit.
Like when you put too many pages into the shredder.
The shredder.
Is the butt tattoo on his cheek a magical one? Like, what's the power of that?
The power of acid.
Well, I did a strike through on that, so I don't know.
What am I doing? Oh,
I was gonna say, pull the tattoo book out. Is there one?
it's the the tattoo of acid breath.
But
So, what's next?
Okay.
I feel
There is no immediate reply, I should say.
It's going to take her a while
Test
to read
guess,
that
right?
and
well, and,
process, I imagine.
and she
travel
has to
overnight.
send out her minions and
Of course.
gather
I say we
intelligence.
sleep on the ship on the way. Part with
To more spend.
Town.
I do think that's wise. I am worried that,
On money.
that,
Oh.
and then also that Adria Sunsphere might suspect that I was keeping something from her, namely the spell. She asked me, I was asked to declare everything that we found in there, and I didn't include this. And-
Oh, I forgot a bunch of things.
Yeah, I didn't tell her several things.
okay.
well, I told her everything.
Well,
I didn't
let's
talk to
just
her.
say I failed my. I rolled a natural one.
On your
If
deception
life
check.
were a
Yes.
dice game,
Yes. And it were 20-sided die.
Remember that game
18 and a
that
half
had us
sided.
play one night?
From 1 to 20, is it one good or bad?
Very bad.
Oh no.
You could call it a critical failure. So,
This all seems very meta to me, but
Well,
Yeah, this discussion is not canon. You explain it in better terms. You definitely cannot just start substituting game mechanics like that.
I don't know. We always do like on a scale of 1 to 10.
how healthy
That's
are
a
you?
D10.
On a scale of 1
1
to
to
20 to
87.
153,
on
how
the
healthy are
scale
you?
from alive to dead, where are you at on the scale?
very dead.
All right.
Well, she seemed
yes.
to pardon whatever it was that she might have suspected us of doing. Perhaps she had things that she was planning on that were stabbing us in the back later. I don't know. But
Possibly. So yes, should we leave tonight?
I think so. Before
Do you need to say farewell
Well,
to
like-
your maiden?
I'll tell her goodbye.
What time is it?
It is around.
it ought to
8
take
p.m.
him 2, maybe 3 minutes.
We should.
I'm
we
not
should
going to
probably.
say that kind of goodbye, and it's at least 10 times as long.
We should probably stock up on some supplies before we head out.
Yes. I could use, if nothing else, a way to transport all of this coin in a way that doesn't
Same.
weigh me down so
I'm
much.
out of sugar bombs, so maybe pick up a few more of those.
I don't know if you can find those here.
Well, let's
Eve
Those
just
are-
stares.
would we know if
At
the
You'll notice I haven't brought
Wellspring.
him back because I'm afraid
You wouldn't know the hours.
of what you'll do to him.
Has nothing to do with the fact that you're out of spell slots.
I have spell slots now.
yeah, we took one away.
We took one
That's
last,
right, you
man.
guys did.
Yeah, could we go shop a little bit? Or is the store closed?
You can go check.
One way to find out.
All right, give me at least 7 minutes. I'll be back.
Ezra,
It doesn't take that long to walk.
I don't think
I-
that's going to happen.
are
I'm
you
just
sure?
saying goodbye, and we'll meet again.
Just saying, if anyone needs me to set them up on a date, I'm pretty good matchmaker.
I might try and finance her to get out of this
Who's been
town.
set up on
I
a
don't know if
date?
she's stuck here.
Him.
Oh, that's
No,
true.
He did not. That wasn't my own good looks. Thank you.
well, the wavy hair, the horn.
It wasn't a hard sell. I'll admit.
Thanks, pal.
The horn's looking a little less lustery these days.
Hmm.
Oh, no. Lost a few bits of glitter.
Darn it.
Maybe you shed it like antlers, and it you grow a new one every season.
You just need to polish it more.
Right.
Pay a goblin. Pay a goblin to do it. Just has a
Yeah,
little buffer.
Okay, we'll wait.
All right, be right back.
So, are you guys waiting in the room, or are you all going downstairs?
Oh, I don't want to go downstairs. With this much coin, I want to get a bag of
guarding the
holding.
doors.
Yeah.
I think I still have the mirror. Or do you have the mirror? Just a mirror.
You have
Does anybody
then,
need a bodyguard for their gold or anything?
Who has that locket? The Middix's away bag locket still.
I don't. I might have written down who does.
It's either Eve
I thought it was
or
Ezra.
Sure, I have it.
Okay, Ezra has it.
I mean, we used it already, but I guess we could sell it.
That's because I want to go back to the Wellspring Item Company and sell the relics plus the
Yeah.
elemental cores that we have because they can be
For
used
sure.
for fuel and stuff. So
I want to see if there's anyone in town that might be able to put another iron door in a patch.
That would probably be Wellspring. You
Eve,
would want to check with.
if you don't mind coming with, I could use a negotiator.
I'd be happy to.
So we'll take that stuff. And
think
I
so,
will
too.
probably grab the locket before you left.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'll
oh, wait a
give it
minute.
to Ken. Yeah.
I'll lock it.
I'll just toss it to you as I'm walking.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
Perfect.
I
So,
got some business.
going to see Esme? Or is
May?
it just me?
Hey? Yeah.
I think it was just me. For some reason, I've been calling her Esme all week. That's weird. Anyway.
You've been
staying in the
talking
room.
about her
I'll
all
go
week?
with them.
Yeah, I've been talking about her all week.
Non-stop. Non-stop. Every time I turn around.
Victor, what about
Esme
you?
this, Esme that.
Are you going with the rest of the group?
I'll go with them, yeah.
Okay, and then so it's just Ezra that is breaking off for now. So let's go ahead and do that. As you come downstairs,
Breaking
the
it
rest
off.
as a group of 5 coming down the stairs and as close to quarters as possible. The bard is just
He has a
finishing
bag
up.
of holding, so.
Oh, yeah.
So the rest of you head out.
Less than 500 pounds of
Everybody is
stuff.
kind of clapping politely. A couple coins are thrown, and she just kind of scoops them up into a little cup and
Take coin.
catches them in the hollow part of the loot that she has.
Nice.
They're a pain to get out, though.
And she bows and she says, "Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening." And she starts shaking them out of the loot as she's packing up.
All right. I'll just go up to her and say, May, I have to leave. Again.
Already?
Yes.
You just got back today, right?
I did. But there was a problem with a group that is, well, it doesn't really matter. Either way, do you have a way out of here? Are you staying here because you're stuck here, or?
Tonight was my last night before I started traveling
Then I
back
have.
towards the shifting sands.
All right. Well, as long as you have a way out of here, then I'm sure I'll see you some other time.
I mean, my own 2 feet. Do you have a faster way out
Well,
of here?
I mean, money and means to get around. That's more what I was thinking, but...
It's just like waving that rich
All right,
flag.
then. Well,
I'll see you around, I guess.
see you when I see you.
I mean, it's better than ghosting, but barely.
Yeah, like that was
In
rough.
this world, ghosting someone means something totally different.
Yeah.
Turning him into a ghost.
I will ghost you.
Okay, so as you walk away, you kind of hear her humming, kind of playing a few lute strings, and you think you hear your name as you're walking off.
Hopefully it's a good thing.
That's never good. She's the Adele of this world. You just
I
whole
was
album.
thinking more
The
Taylor Swift.
Adele did
I guess that
that.
means I'm Jake Gyllenhaal.
I mean, roll me an insight
Sorry,
check really quick.
Okay. 19 plus my insight, 22.
Didn't look like she was upset.
All right.
She didn't really. She was kind of. It was one of those things where it was like, I get why you're telling me, but I am a bard, and I don't really know how close we actually were.
Consenting
like,
adults.
It's just,
Yeah.
I'm just being transactional about everything. I'm just
exactly.
making sure all my ends are buttoned
you paid
up.
her platinum.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was a little more than that, but not much.
Yeah. So you, it only takes a few minutes, and you're outside, and you bump into the rest of the party that's been watching from the window.
Yeah,
See,
like
I
this.
told you. It takes at least 7 minutes.
Not that great. I was listening.
I've done.
I tapped on the
better,
window.
I think.
Talk louder.
Pull. Ezra's out here now.
Anyways,
That's not Ezra.
Sing louder.
Let's go maybe make some last minute purchases and find Kes.
yes.
Agreed?
Yes. Okay.
We did tell him to stay, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he said he was going to be here for a few days.
Beef jerky sandwiches.
You know, Ezra, if you ever need to talk about, how to talk to women, I can tell you how to talk about knife dancing. It's really great question opener. 10 out of 10 every time.
Takes a certain kind of woman.
It works. Trust me.
I think I'm good. Thanks for the advice. Or the offer for advice.
Open invitation anytime.
Sure.
Granted, Victor
I
has a way
mean,
with women. I
He
have to
hasn't ever
admit.
sealed the deal that we know of, so I don't know that
I don't know.
wanna
What
take
did
it
what's
back.
her name whisper to you? Lyra? What did she whisper to you last time you were with her?
Bring your point.
Sweet
That was a coy
nothings.
smile.
Sweet nothings.
You
Do
know,
not concern yourselves with that.
your wrap doesn't cover your cheeks. We saw the blush.
Well, if you
That
ever
dark
need to
blue
talk to
blush.
somebody about how to not talk to women,
Go to
I can help
Bolt.
you there.
I don't know how to talk to anyone ever.
I just started
You're a
talking about
person now,
buttresses
it's-
in the hallway.
You're a real person now, though, so that's a step in the right direction.
I'm a real boy.
No, I'm not.
You don't get infinite wood out of your nose. That's not a thing.
He's wearing women's underpants.
All right. So you head to the Wellspring Item Company, which is actually open. They do keep late hours. Yeah. So you walk in there, and
Adventuring never sleeps.
Yeah. And either the
That's a
alchemist
slogan.
or the enchanter, you're not really sure which, or whether or not there are two different people in the shop at all, is standing there and or kind of going over his books, and he looks up and says, the Wayward Watch. It's wonderful to see you back alive.
It's wonderful to be back alive.
Are
It
you
is.
trying to butter us up because these guys are loaded?
Are we now?
I'm not.
Victor, seriously.
Well, welcome to the shop. Everything
I
is
am far from
on
drunk.
display.
I don't want to shop here. It's expensive in Bordertown. I want to shop somewhere
Well,
else.
we thought on our way out we might see if you had a bag of holding for sale.
Of course, I do. He kind of points over to a row that has a bunch of different, like, colored bags of holding. And they're your standard ones. They have the typical, like, face on them.
Ooh, I want the blue one.
Yeah. So there's, obviously it's like color-coded Power Ranger style if you want to each have your own satchel. And so I do have your thing ready as well.
Oh, fantastic.
What was your thing?
Can I talk to
Grappling
your alchemist? What was? I don't remember his name. I forgot to write it down.
He didn't give you his name.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, if you head into the back. The alchemist will be with you shortly.
As I walk around, I'm muttering, this is going to be so freaking weird. Same guy is going to be back here. It's like the Nurse Joyce of this.
Yeah, so this, as a reminder, this is kind of like an older elven man. He's got kind of that silver hair. His robe is blue stripes and white, so kind of like main white with blue stripes. And you step into the back, and after a moment, lights come on, and an identical elven man is standing there, but his robe is blue with white stripes.
It's uncanny.
It's just a reversible.
Yeah, it's just a reversible robe.
He just runs really quick.
Again, you guys don't see any of this. You're just still... the other one's just kind of watching you idly. He's not thinking you're going to steal anything, but he's a shopkeeper, so he is keeping his eye on his customers. And he says, you've returned for your potions, yes?
Yes. I also was able to find a few items that we talked about.
Interesting. All right. And you got them past the Arcana without any issues?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course. Just one of your shutters. Yeah. And he pulls out a small case and he opens up it, and there's 2 vials sitting in there. And he says, these should remove petrification.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I remember now.
And he slides them over, and he said, that...
Do they have a specific name?
It's probably just a potion to remove petrification.
Anti-Petrificus Totalis.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's an actual item, but it's just basically the same thing. We'll come up with a catchy name for him.
Or a potion of greater restoration or something.
No, because it wouldn't be a potion of greater restoration that could do more.
That's true.
That would be foolish of me to give you such an item.
Foolish mortals.
Oh, fantastic. So I take those and I'll put them in a bag.
What did you bring?
And I'll kind of pull out the silver mirror and the locket and the elemental cores. I don't remember how many.
I believe you had 2 lesser cores, 2 regular cores, and then 1 greater core. And I think I gave you the gold prices for those as well. If not, we'll have
Yeah, so I've got a large Tempest core, which was 1,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 large elemental cores, 300 per, and 4 minor for 50 gold.
Okay. So what's the total on that? And then he's going to pay you 250 each for the artifacts that you brought back.
1650.
Plus 500, so 2150 gold. Less the 150 for the potions that I commissioned for you without having to demand payment. So say about 2,000.
Well, this mirror is actually enchanted. It will never tarnish.
Really? Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. Which is why you brought Eve here.
Please meet me with you.
Get back here.
Take that distort value
I've
spell.
never been to a Wellspring Item Company
10 even?
that has little sandwiches.
Oh,
They're
we
so
try to please
They're
you.
delicious, right?
Charcuterie board.
You've never been to the Wellspring Item Company with that much money in your pockets.
Oh.
I see.
What was the total?
10 even.
Victor reaches from
2150 then.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. And he kind of he actually leans over and goes, and a little ceramic pig comes tromping out, and he starts scratching the chin, and the thing opens its mouth and just starts spewing out gold out of its mouth, and once it's spewed out a specific amount, he picks it up and he puts it onto a scale and makes sure, and he taps the thing and it goes and just spits out one more coin.
Is that a standard item that's available?
The big pig, no. We do have a little piglet that is able to store your items for you if you prefer.
I think I know a few people that might enjoy that.
Perfect. Well, if you'd like, they do run only about 700 to 800 gold, depending on if there's any special requests or anything. But you'll have to take that up with the enchanter.
Is he out front?
Yes.
Okay.
And he hands you a
type of
bag
gold?
of gold. Everything's there if you want to count it.
No, I think I trust it.
Perfect. Now, if you excuse me, I do have to get back to work.
Oh, thank you for your time.
Welcome. And the lights go out. With you in the back room.
I'm just kind of
Yeah. Yep.
crash.
The enchanter kind of gives a little
Oh, there's the door.
Well, so that's one bag of holding each, 500 gold apiece For those standard prices for such esteemed guests.
I hand out 430 gold to each person.
Oh, thank you.
I give my portion to Victor.
1 portion.
Here you go.
1
What is
quarter
this for?
portion.
I did not.
Because I feel really bad about being so wealthy and you being so poor.
Well, gold is a material. Thank you.
I consider it a charitable contribution, and I'm sure it will.
That reflects good on your taxes.
Yes.
Just
do me well.
remember, when
Thank you.
you're-
I'll make sure to put some. What do you call it? Offering or something to your god.
No. In return, no more of
Sugar bombs.
the sugar bombs. Okay.
You've bought my loyalty.
He just slides the money back. I can't.
Hands over a contract to sign. I will
I
not.
cannot make a promise I know I will break.
You have my word on the creed.
There was something incredibly fascinating that the alchemist got his gold from. It was a tiny little pig, like a porcelain piggy bank almost. And apparently they're purchasable. I kind of like look over to the.
Indeed,
one
we
instead
do
of the
have
bag
a
of
few.
I
Would
want
you
the
like to
piggy.
see them?
Yes.
Okay. And he taps the counter and a little flap opens up and a bunch of tiny little ceramic piglets
I'm
come marching
obsessed.
out.
Are they all different colors?
Yes, they are all different colors, and each of them has a little cork on their back, just like a piggy bank almost. And they all start kind of playing with each other, but not in a very rough way because they are made out of ceramic. And he goes, they're enchanted, so they are a little sturdier, but we'd still like them to be a little nicer to each other. Is there one that catches your eye?
Yes. I want all of them, but I'll
The
take.
rainbow.
What do they do exactly?
I don't care what they do. They're so cute.
You're not being a very good negotiator.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You have to act like you're not.
What do they do? These look stupid.
That's better.
Sell me on this.
So, the ceramic piglet figurine is glazed with a friendly coating that's soft to the touch and has a hole in the top that's stoppered with a cork. When you drop a coin in the piglet and stopper it, the figurine springs to life. When it does, it imprints on you and considers you its owner. The owner can hold and gently shake the piglet, causing it to oink happily and magically know how much money is inside of it. Once alive, the piglet happily eats any coin handed to it, storing it inside. The piglet will spit out exact change when you or an ally asks for it, even converting them into larger or smaller denominations.
Oh my
The
gosh.
figurine can only hold coins and will spit or sneeze out anything else you place inside of it. The piglet squeals with glee and prances about excitedly when you deposit or feed it coins. It can eat up to 1,000 coins of any denomination every hour it spends eating them. It will eat electrum pieces with less enthusiasm. It remains the same size regardless of how many coins
It's a
are inside
discerning
of it.
appetite.
Yes. The piglet is exceptionally loyal and will listen to the commands given by its owner and other allied creatures of the owner's choosing. It walks beside you or its nearest ally as best it can, but vanishes into a pocket dimension if it is ever more than 30 feet away from one of you. The figurine can be summoned by you or another allied creature location as a bonus action by saying the command phrase, "Come home, little piggy."
That is very handy.
You can tell the figurine to return to its pocket dimension using another bonus action to say the command phrase, "Go to market, little piggy."
Oh,
When asking for 10% or more of its total stockpile, the piglet looks disappointed before carrying out the request.
oink, oink.
The piglet can eject its own stopper and roll over on its back to empty itself of coins when asked for a large amount, but will always retain at least one copper coin unless you physically remove it. It returns to its inanimate form when there are no more coins inside of it. And then it talks about how it has an AC of 10, walking speed of 30, 5 hit points. If it's reduced to 0 hit points, it cries out and shatters into 100 ceramic pieces.
Ooh.
While your coins are not lost, it takes the piglet 1d4 days to rematerialize again before you. If you die, it empties itself of all of its coins, returning into its inanimate ceramic form atop whatever coins were inside of it. And then you cannot place it inside your standard extra-dimensional space because it will create an astral gate. You know,
No
standard.
bag of piggy in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm kind of looking at that and looking at my bag of holding now.
Sorry, those are the dog purses. They're very much more violent.
Would How big are they? Would they fit like in like a standard pouch backpack type thing?
Not like that big.
Are we at risk? I just like
it just
I'm just
follows you
thinking,
around, or you
like,
can tell it to go
logistics.
into its interdimensional space.
Oh, that's right. It has an interdimensional space.
It also can walk on its own, so if you were walking around, it would follow you.
I want one.
Yes. How much for the piggy?
These are 700 gold, except for that one, and he points to one that's very much smaller than the rest. It's about half size. That one is 1,000 gold because pygmies are always a little bit more expensive.
A pygmy? Oh, I just want a regular one.
Could I instead of the bag of holding, get one of these?
Of course.
Although they only hold coins.
Yep.
But still, the interdimensional space. If it gets stolen, you can just call it back to yourself. That's some pretty nice.
Did it say it had a limit on how much?
Monetary security.
It's quite literally a piggy bank. And I would like one. Now, I think we're both interested in purchasing one.
Yes.
Could you give us
Is
a
this
deal?
our first couple shopping?
Give me a persuasion check.
Nice.
I guess so.
What?
That was a natural 20.
Okay. I mean,
Plus,
sure. I suppose.
You
8,
would.
28.
You'd love to give the happy couple a discount.
How many are we
Sarah
looking to have
blushes.
purchased?
So does Eve.
It does seem like a handy thing to have. I think I will pick one up as well.
3?
3.
3. You don't want a piggy?
I'm good with this nice plain bag.
Look how easy someone could steal it from you, though.
Let's say buy 2 get 1 for 50% off.
I think that's doable.
All right. Feel free to pick one out. Put your coin in it.
It's 1750.
Divided by 3.
Right. Hold, please.
Come
Like
here,
almost 600 each. 687, roughly.
Really? I'm impressed.
No.
No.
I'm off by 11.
583.3 repeating.
Yeah.
So 583. We'll just round down. In that case.
Oh,
583.
Which color would you like?
pink.
Pink. And he taps next to the pink one and holds out his hand, and the pink one spits out a copper coin, and then becomes just a ceramic, and he hands it over to you. So you'll have to put your own copper in, afraid.
Okay.
Blue. He does the same for a blue one. Hands it to you. And you, good sir.
Purple, please.
Purple. And he tries to take it from the purple one and... Sorry.
Oh, feisty one.
Yes, he is. There we go.
All right.
I'll do
If
that.
everyone's getting
Yes.
Does that mean we get the second one at 50% off as well?
I believe the deal was 2 and 1 get 50% off.
Too little, too late.
What color would you like, sir?
He is the wealthiest of us
That's
all.
right. He's got like twice as much money as me.
white?
White. That is the pygmy.
How about black?
That is the other pygmy.
For you, everything.
They're all pygmy now.
How about really, really dark gray?
If you want, I can make one of them white as well.
Sure.
What about one that's been broken but has like the filigree stuff holding it together?
Oh, would you like the Kintsugi?
Kintsugi one, yes.
Piglet. Ah,
Please.
Just a moment. And he grabs the black one and smashes it into the cover and lets out a squeal and drops the coin. And then he just takes his hands, and it looks like there's almost like threads, and he just builds it back up, and you can see the golden.
Wow.
I'm like at the
Metal.
counter watching, like,
And
oh, this is so fascinating.
And then he
Alright.
hands it over and he says,
And I'll-
that will be 800 gold.
I'll give him back the bag of holding.
Yep. So replaced there. And then you didn't want a bag of holding, you just want the
Right.
piglet? Okay. And then
Just the piglet.
Just the piglet.
And I'm naming him Waddles.
waddles.
What are they called exactly?
They are
I
purse
can't name
piglets
mine
is the
that.
name.
I wanted to name him Samwise Hamji, but that doesn't work in this world.
Well, I'm naming mine Waddles after Gravity Falls. You ever seen that?
I want to.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Sarah will get out Growly and be like, Growly, I have someone very important I want to introduce you to. She'll, like, have
Not
them
with the coin in to let
play
the
for a
piglet
moment.
like
No,
play
I'll
around.
put the
Okay.
coin in first, of course.
Your piglet will see Growly and will like dive at it and start like playing with it and tossing it about.
Thank you.
I put you guys through enough horror in on the Eternal Gale.
They're
Apparently.
so cute.
I think I'll name you Herbert. You look very
Herbity.
Now, the rest of you,
Sir
off to
oinks
market,
a lot.
and the little flap opens up and the last... Is there anything else that you are looking for this
Hamburg.
evening?
Oh, I love it.
Hamlet.
Oh, Hamlet would be good too. I'm sorry, I don't need anything else. No, thank you.
Do you have any?
I'm actually, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have any replacements? I removed one of my patches from my cloak. I'm wondering if you have any replacements.
Oh, may I?
Absolutely. Oh.
And he takes it, he looks over, and he goes, oh, that is actually a really interesting material. Where did you find this?
At the market.
Well, it looks far older than the market. Unfortunately, I don't have any patches here. You'd have to probably go to a major city for that one.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Folds it up and hands it back over to you, even though you're going to just put it on right again.
Brandish it and put it back on. Yep.
I'm actually looking for a few things.
Of course.
I would like to try to upgrade my armor with something a little better.
Oh,
Or actually a lot better, if possible.
I do have a few options. We have kind of your basic plate sets, if you'd prefer.
Like, if you have anything that could perhaps do something a little more advanced.
I think we can arrange something. And he waves his hand, and kind of the area that you have been seeing that has a bunch of like potions and everything kind of like almost dissolves away and is replaced with like armor racks. And he starts walking through them, and you can see like gleaming golden chainmail, that kind of standard elven armor, plate link, all plate link. I'm just saying random words that have armor sounds to them. And
Metal noises.
And he leads you over to a specific one, and he says, this one. We're not sure where the material comes from. It's called Miasma. But it is quite sturdy and able to kind of take impacts as a little bit easier than most, if you'd be interested.
Similar to Mithril, sounds like.
Adamantine would be
Adamantine,
closer.
yes.
It has a little extra function to it, a little bit better than adamantine. And what was the price that I quoted for you?
2,700.
2,700 gold, yes. That's right. The other one was the expensive one.
Yes.
Yeah. If you'd be interested.
I am.
Do you have any +1 half plate in there? Just kind of peeking.
Yeah, I mean, he points over to like a standard.
Is it mithril by chance?
So mithril is different than +1. Like they are separate armor pieces, I believe.
I think there was one in here.
It didn't. If there is a +1 like mithril plate, half plate.
Let me check. I thought there
Yeah,
was.
if you can show that to me,
Yeah,
I will
let me
gladly take you Tuesday for it.
So do you mind if I inspect it a little bit?
Of course.
So I actually pick it up off the rack and wow, this is actually quite a bit heavier than the armor I'm currently having.
Yeah, it seems you're wearing half plate. Is that correct?
It's actually scale.
Scale.
Um,
I was surprised that you were wearing scale, and you are wearing chainmail.
I know.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, Torrey,
We were
I've
talking about
taught
this
you
earlier.
nothing.
I know. Thanks.
this is also
Thanks for nothing.
kind of a
Mithril half plate +1.
Yeah.
square.
Let's see. So mithril plate. I'll get you the right something. Just one. Go ahead. What were you?
This kind of brings up the other item I was looking for. Do you have any kind of amulet or ring or a belt or something that would give me some extra strength? I was recently entangled in a bit of combat, and found it quite hard to escape from being grasped by some stuff.
I think I know just what you need. And he snaps his fingers in the back wall again, kind of like peels away. And
I love
there's
this
a
place
bunch of
so much.
there's a bunch of like different items hanging off of hooks. And he kind of goes around and he grabs what appears to be like a kind of weird harness, and he goes, a little too tacky. And then he grabs just like this like simple belt that looks like it's made out of like almost like it's made out of like a metallic snake, right? And he unclips it and says, "This is it may not look like it, but this is a belt of that the fire giants made themselves in order to emulate their strength for hauling caravans."
Are you getting a belt of fire giant strength?
It is rather pricey. 25,000 gold.
And you do say that this will increase the amount of weight I can carry and lift.
Yes, tenfold. Can you look up how much half plate would be?
Sure.
Yeah, just a basic set of half plate.
So, well, it takes a few minutes. If you don't mind, I'd like to think about it a little bit and
Of course.
kind of look them over if you'd like to help my companions.
Fire giant, is that 23?
5.
And there's a reason for it, and I'll explain. So, Scott's already thought about this
750?
outside of game.
750. So 3,500, 3,750 total for the half plate.
I will buy it.
The mithril +1 half plate.
Sounds like a deal.
Platinum is how many gold pieces?
10.
Hello.
Hi.
sir.
Enjoying your time browsing around?
Mm-hmm.
Looking for anything specific now that I've pulled out the armor?
Mm-hmm. Well, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to upgrade my shield. Potentially.
Okay.
Possibly my armor. Maybe both, who knows? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you gave me pricing for a +3 shield?
The
How about-
+3?
How about for a +2?
+2 is 2,300 gold.
Then you'd want to get some. And what was the plate mail?
For plus
Plus
one
one plate?
was 4,000.
You ought to get at least regular plate,
Okay.
which would raise your AC by 2. But if you got the +1 plate and the +2 shield,
That's what I'm
you could
doing.
afford it. Anyway,
So +1 plate, +1 shield, or +2
2.
shield.
Tell me the price again.
it was 4,000 for the plate and 2,700, 2,300
Yeah,
for
2,700.
the shield.
That sounds about right.
I don't know.
2,300. Jeez, the glare. Woof.
And 4,000. Okay.
Yes.
If looks could kill. She just takes her mace and starts swinging it slowly, like, what was it again?
23 seems fine.
Can you sell? Can we sell items here too?
Yeah,
Can you
of
sell
course
that,
you can.
that +1 shield?
Yeah, I'll sell back.
Pretty sturdy, seen some battle, wear and tear. 100 gold for that.
I'll sell back my studded leather.
Is it magical?
No.
We wouldn't be able to buy non-magical items here.
Do you have a recycle?
Mundane armorer.
Sure. And he points over at at a
There's a
like
general
recycling receptacle.
They might be able to take it. Would the general store probably take
I'm
it?
feeling charitable.
It's a general store that you bankrupted, you mean?
Like 10 gold.
Hey, we want to sell some stuff. I will take the belt and the plate armor.
Very well.
So that's 27,700.
Would you like to try it on here?
No, I actually am going to custom fit it to myself.
Very well. Okay.
And then I would like to sell my cloak of protection that I never wore.
You wore, actually, I think you wore until you got your headband.
Right. Yeah. And the headband.
Yeah.
Of intellect.
So 200 for the cloak of protection.
Okay.
And then the headband of intellect, unless somebody else wants it, but I doubt it.
Did anyone need a Int 19 that has a spare slot?
200 for that one as well.
Headband of intellect is nice if anybody needs an intelligence. I mean,
Hold on, I'm pretty sure mine is.
Dallin
Was it wisdom or
Dallin
intelligence?
benefits
Is
from
mine
the
based
intelligence.
off
I don't know
of-
if you have
I could. I mean, it's very minimal. It would only be
for your DC.
DC for breaking.
And, like intelligence saves and
Yeah.
investigation.
It does
checks
require
and things.
attunement, so
Yeah, and I'm pretty full up on my so it's, I think it's okay.
we could always hit up another wellspring if we end up needing one for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Deal.
Wonderful. I'm trusting you to calculate all of that.
Yep. We do it right now.
Yep. Anything else that I can get for you
Do
today?
they have weapons?
Do we have weapons? he brings his hands together, and again,
for
everything kind of
love.
like shifts and dissolves, and these racks come down from the ceiling, and they've just got weapons of every conceivable.
Nice racks.
Thank you.
paid.
And he's
I'm
like,
holding
perhaps I
balance."
could interest you in a Holy Avenger. And he points to a sword that is kind of blazing with radiant fire. And he says, only 200,000 gold.
Very cool.
Like, this is the
But-
only legendary item that I have for sale, by the way.
I'm looking more for a longbow. Seems more my specialty.
Right. And he kind of
Longbow
twirls,
of blazing fire.
he twirls his fingers around, and they shift to reveal bows.
Whoa. What is the best one you've got?
So you are looking for a +3.
I mean, whatever you could. The highest I'm able to afford is kind of what I'm going for.
Basically saying surprise him.
If you got a 3, great.
We have a +2 maximum here.
All right.
Actually, no, sorry, +3. 75,000 for that one.
A bit steep. How much for the +2?
Oh, that
We've
one.
got to
would
come
be-
up with like better in-game.
How
verbiage
about
for-
the the shiny,
Yeah, this is
the lightly
I
jeweled?
love how I'm like, you guys can't use in-game stuff, you know. And I'm
The
just
leg of a
like,
+2 longbow and a +1 plate. Build the
this one
fire
is
giant strength.
slightly less enchanted, and it would be about 27,000.
I will purchase that.
Okay.
Sweet.
Eve has removed her armor and put on the new stuff.
Okay.
Chainmail.
There was a
Right.
like as soon as you started taking off your armor, there was like a curtain that popped up around you.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We are.
Wait, why
all
didn't
about
that happen
privacy.
for me when I took my
Use the horn.
You just can't see it from the inside.
Do you want to purchase
Very
my
voyeuristic.
chainmail?
Magical?
No.
No, the receptacle is over there if you wish to donate it to less fortunate people than you.
Wow.
early adventures, level 1s, or early day, you know.
Call it an investment.
I'll give this to the foundlings.
Yeah. Melt it down.
Yes.
Okay. And if there is nothing else, I do have to be closing up shop pretty soon.
I thought this was open 24/7.
I didn't say that. Who said that?
I felt like it was.
I think
The
Victor
narrator
said
when we were outside.
I really should correct the magic mouth outside. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
it. Come on in, we're open. It's totally dark.
We're in pandemic hours right now.
I'm
Oh, that
going
must be the
to-
plague from.
I'm going to wait
Big Town.
for a bit. I need to think about things. A dwarf, even a dwarf, and her gold are not easily parted, as they say.
I think
And-
you're a dragon, not a dwarf.
I love that idea.
A goblin.
Don't love that idea.
the enchanter is actually going to move over to Victor and he's going to say, I would hate to see anybody leave my shop empty-handed. Is there anything that you're looking for at all?
How much do you need?
Nothing in my attunements are all filled up right now.
And he has a
I'm so
broom.
full of magic items.
He has a broom of flying.
Do you have like a grab bag that I can like pull a ticket and get something random?
How about this? You're a knife dancer, correct? You can attune to
I am.
certain items. I do have something that might interest you. And he pulls out a small leather bundle of, they look like, for lack of a better word, lawn darts, just darts. And he says, these have minor magical qualities, and I'd be happy to part with them for such a gracious member of the Eight Rings.
What's it going to cost me?
Free?
He can't tell if you're giving him the stink eye. You have blindfold on.
Can I want to do a insight check to see if he's trying to pull a fast one. That's
Sure.
a 2. I can't see his face.
Yeah. He sounds genuine.
This is twice today I've gotten a gift. This is ill omen. Something's bad going to happen.
You need to learn to be a little more gracious, Vicky. Sometimes it's okay to just accept the generosity of others.
You had no problem accepting the money I gave
Well,
you.
that's money. That's different.
Okay.
Is it? It's not cursed, is it?
No, of course.
I have my share of cursed items here.
No, it is not cursed.
Dear trio, please curse this
All
moment.
right. I will take you up
Amen.
on this.
Do you take the item?
I'll take the item. from
Okay.
him.
You have 6 + 1 darts.
Ooh, sweet.
Just +1 ammunition darts.
Okay.
I'm not tricking you. This is just happening.
6 plus 1, but you have to yell.
And they're all named
Well,
Hazaran.
A 50 gold value for free.
They're all
Thank
bits of the name Hazaran.
So when they're all together, it's like
When you reforge it back, it goes solar.
Well, it's like those little like mechanical pencil tips that you have to like stick together to make the blade.
Those are the bane of my existence. Once one falls out, the pencil's useless.
Yes. Well then,
Well, thank you.
thank you all for your generous patronage. It will not soon be forgotten.
You can thank Darud for it.
Oh, really? So- Something tells me that we're going to have to make a charitable donation to our general goods owner in a little bit here.
That's up to you.
Indeed it is. Have a pleasant evening.
And you as well.
We've just shifted the wealth from one store to another store.
At least you kept it in
We
town.
should have bought stock in the store before we made purchases. We've messed up. Anyways, have a good night.
Don't know what stock is, but I suppose. Okay, so you guys can leave unless there's anything else you want to buy.
No.
Anyone need potions?
Yes, we do.
Like healing?
Actually,
Let's see. I've got some potions of healing.
I got a couple.
I'll take one actually. Just one, like lowest.
The standard one.
Yep. Oh wait, just kidding. I have 2.
Are 150.
Oh,
good.
I will
Never mind.
restock on arrows, by the way.
Okay. Regular arrows won't
Yeah,
be
just-
purchasable here. You'll have to go to general goods.
Okay.
However, there is magical ammunition.
I think I'm okay.
You have so much money.
Not anymore.
I still have a lot of money. I
Yeah.
think I still have more than
Standard
you.
potions are not 100.
You spent how much? 20 something?
Oh, sorry,
I
the 50
have-
piece.
Yeah.
So like
that was
23.
for me.
I have like
100
23.
platinum.
I have 21,000 left.
Yeah.
And
Got
again,
a little more.
that's just like one of those candy scoop things where you just take and scoop the potions into a bag.
Scoop of
They're
potions.
just little guys.
Yep. Where to
Come along,
next?
Waddles.
Kiss.
Let's find Kiss.
Yep, 3 little piggies following along, or 4 little piggies following along beside
Not
you.
as cute.
Nope.
4 little piggies. Nah.
Nah.
Way to ruin it, Ezra.
Ezra's,
Mine doesn't follow. Mine's in my pocket.
Okay.
oh, good, because he could be fragile. You never know.
Yeah.
Kitsugi is not a
I've been
exact.
keeping him on me. Actually, I have looped around him somehow and tied him under my belt, so he's
He's just hanging on all 4 legs, just kind of.
He's so cute.
And
What did you name him again?
I already forgot.
Not Hamlet.
Hambert.
Humbert.
Hambert.
What'd you name yours?
and as a reminder, they can eat up to 1,000 coins an hour. So
Mr. Oinkers.
Alright, I will constantly every hour feed him 1,000.
So what you need to do is next time we go
Like,
loot
that's
a
1,000
dragon
within an
cave,
hour, not
just
like-
have him go in.
like 1,000 at once, and then he has to wait an hour. It's like
It takes the flow.
Yeah, just as we're walking.
I'm just every
clink.
step I take, I'm just like, come on.
yeah, they're just like chomping behind you, like they're eager for
Pac-Man.
more. Yep.
Yeah, I just drop mine in a bag full of gold, and they can just.
There you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Or I put them in
can have-
first, then pour the gold on. One of the two.
So as you are approaching the airfield to go talk to Keskes, that is the next destination, correct?
Yes.
You see
Yes.
Darud.
Durad.
You see Durad walking away, and he spots you all, and he immediately like veers off to the right and takes another path. He's apparently still a little embarrassed, if not terrified of you. And he was leaving the greatest treasure, actually. So you guys can climb up the ladder, and as you climb up to the top, you see Hug laying on a pile of 100 furs, and he just looks so relaxed. He opens his eyes and he goes, "Friends, look at my winnings.
You took a
Got it in furs.
I bet 1 fur. Hug got 100.
A lot of loincloths.
Well played, Hug. Well played.
Comfortable. Best bed I've ever had. Here!" And he stands up and he grabs Seredan and he puts you down in the middle of what is already an ogre dent in the bed, and smells just as good. And he says, "Isn't it wonderful?"
You know, it's actually quite comfy.
And then he just like pulls them over and just like showers you in furs until you're covered.
Now I'm a Seri burrito. Cerrito.
And the door to the cabin opens up,
Muy
and you can
bien.
see that Kes has like this small chest, and it's open and empty. And he says, he's back. Yes, yes. And he just sets it down off to the side. And
The chest is empty.
yeah, the chest is empty. He takes a couple nails and he like nails it
against
to
us?
the deck, just to be like, useful later. Yes, yes.
Didn't we owe him 50 gold?
You paid him 50 gold before the journey.
We owed him now, right?
I mean, you guys never really settled on a price.
I will give him 50 gold.
Kes, that empty chest, did you bet against us in the death pool?
No, I bet for you.
Oh.
I wanted everyone to make it back alive, and we did.
And what was your winnings?
Keskes's winnings is Keskes's own. Yes, yes. And he takes the 50 gold and he says thank you. And just a moment, and he goes back into the cabin and closes the door, and you hear the distinct sound of a floorboard being ripped up, and then a jingling of gold, and then tuck 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 tuck. And he comes back out and closes the door, and he goes, "How can Keskes help you?"
We should have got you one of these piggies.
This is
Look at
Oinkle Boinkle.
and he grabs it and he says, prefer real ones. Better eatings.
So not to eat.
What do they
Watch.
do then?
And I'll feed it some gold coins.
It eats your money?
Some platinum.
Oh, I see. Like certain games on the street. Yeah, it eats your money.
No, watch. And I'll ask it to give me like 5 platinum.
And it kind of, and then spits up the platinum.
It's
Interesting.
It's for safekeeping. And watch. And Sarah's very excited about having the ability to do that.
You have to say the command phrase.
Oh yeah, dang it. I forgot.
You have to.
Little
What was the phrase?
Little Piggy,
It's
market.
little
To market.
to market.
To market.
Little Piggy, go to market.
Little Piggy, go to market.
And then it kind of squeals into light and then just kind of like hops through a portal. Interesting. Where is gone?
In another dimension, so it can't be stolen. But I can call it back. I just have to remember what to say.
Who controls that dimension?
Nobody tells wherever travel.
To market, to market.
Home again, home again.
Home again, home again.
Is that it?
No.
Jiggity jig.
Little piggy,
Come home.
little piggy.
Little piggy, come home.
Little Piggy, come home.
And it appears.
Yes, I had to write that down.
You don't want to lose your money. Interesting.
They're nice to keep their money from disappearing. You know, I've heard there's been a bad rash of like rats and stuff that get under floorboards and eat your stuff.
Perhaps Kes buy one. Well, how much is?
It was 700. 700 gold.
Yours were only 700, mine was 800.
Yours was custom ordered.
You got
That was ripped off.
You got the fancy one.
That's true.
Bit much, but thank you.
Well, Kes, we're a bit anxious to leave here, I think.
Oh, we're off too.
Morris Bend.
Yes, Morris Bend.
Do you know where Morris Bend is?
I don't know. I
Never
asked
heard of.
Sarah. Like she would.
Would we know? Would we have it on a map?
You wouldn't. You would know the location. Like you could point it out toward.
I
Like,
think we looked it up before and knew there was a crack.
Yeah.
you know it's in.
The
It's
Crag
somewhere.
of Mountains.
Oh, so long journey ahead. Long journey.
Yes.
Oh, you want Kes to take you?
Of course.
Oh, yes. Ship not ready. One more day. One more day. Get ready.
Kes.
What?
You're killing me.
The longer you stay here, the more
Come with
likely.
Kes. And he takes you down, and he takes you to the front of the ship, and he points at the half-dozen holes that the aberrant creatures have left, and he says, "This is last mission
He is
that
so
you sent
dramatic.
Kes on.
I love it.
Me killing you."
I peer over the side. Kes.
Yes.
Would it make it faster if I helped?
Yes.
I guess we'll just have to hire another ship. Because we need to leave immediately.
How can we help? I think we could all pitch in.
If Bolt helps, we could leave in morning. Take around 21 days to get to Morris Bend.
Good grief. He will be dead. I hate to inform you.
Who? Oh, Lukan.
Lover.
Lover.
Dead.
Don't call him that.
Ex-lover.
I don't
He's
know
not
if
even
there's
that.
a faster way, unless there's a faster ship.
Or is there a
Teleportation.
different...
Is anybody good
This
enough?
sucker
We
jumps the fastest
did
thing.
the
Fastest one to
outer
jump to the
ring
galaxy.
parsec in 12 seconds.
Unless there's a teleportation circle inside the castle.
Perhaps we should go ask the Arcanum lady. Not the teeth.
Our teeth lady.
The other
Friend. You've,
Bright Star.
one. Bright Star.
Oh,
Yes, Lady Bright Star.
Justica.
Callie. Callie's
Callie or Justica?
She's
Eddie,
not a Justica,
I'll-
she's a champion.
Oh, I forget. Yes.
I remembered something. I'm
Justica
very proud of that.
What's her last name?
Bright Star, like I said.
What's your name?
Right. Yeah.
Eve, like I said.
Bright Lance.
I know, but it's Bright Star.
Right.
To Sari.
Yes, you don the Bright Star family.
Well, I don't know. Kill two birds with one stone.
Who are we
That's not
killing?
how it works. We could split up.
Who are
Sure.
we killing?
You go to Callie.
Lukan.
Hug knows how to kill
Let-
two birds, one stone. Big stone.
Hug.
Lots of pelts.
What?
You're so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go talk with Lady Bright Lance.
Yeah.
Sitting in his fur throne.
Scratch.
And
This
see
is a
if-
compliment, but Eve usually doesn't like smelly things, so it means a lot that she's next to
It
you.
really does.
Hug is nicest smelling ogre around.
I think that might be true.
I mean, no other ogres around.
Most beautiful girl in the room. Depending on the room.
Okay, so you guys are going to.
We're going to Bright Lance.
Mhm.
Yes.
She's bright.
And I mean, if you want to roleplay it, that's fine. I would just as soon be like, hey, is there like a magical portal that we can use to like get closer to the Cragged Mountains? And if not, great. Like, let's go
Yeah.
work on the ship.
So, Bright Lance, you go speak with her, and she does not have any specific way.
Okay.
I'll
Or like a faster ship in town or anything.
I mean, the Arcanum ships are the only faster ships, and they're all taken up with duties. Actually, no, sorry. Bright Lance isn't even in town right now. She's on
that's
patrol.
right. That's right.
You would have to
So
speak
we
with
have to talk
Callie.
to Pearly Whites.
Callie's,
Oh,
Adria.
Callie.
Callie's on patrol too, or is her ship docked?
No,
She's
her
leaving
ship's out.
in
She's
morning.
back at
She was leaving this
the.
morning, yeah.
Well, she might still be
She was
back at the.
she was at the tap room. Yeah. So you would have to go speak
Oh,
with her.
we're going in circles. We should have done this.
Yeah, we could
Really
we could go
should've.
ask her if she knows if there's like a faster ship in town.
A faster ship. I mean,
The road in.
I guess the mnemonic response would be faster than that. No offense, small cargo ship, we'll call it, that your friend has, but we're obviously not heading in any direction such as that. We're heading to the beacon, but we don't really take on passengers. As far as anything else, I mean, not really. That's you're kind of the best bet is either that or you can head south as quickly as possible, take a ship round the horn.
Well,
I could just fly there on my broom.
thought we'd ask
Yeah.
500 feet a second. I don't think that would be any faster. Oh no, 30 feet, 50 feet, whatever it is.
50
Right.
feet in 6 seconds.
Well, we can do it here. Everybody in my bag of
Or actually, no,
holding.
it'd be 100 feet.
Everybody in the bag of holding, and then I'll fly as far as I can, and then I'll dump you out, and then we'll just keep doing that.
You got piggies that you can't put in there.
Let's go back to
They're just hanging on to the broom.
the greatest treasure and help with the repairs.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are on your way back through Border Town, and you hear, I hear you're looking for a faster way to Morris Bend.
Anyone
Followed
want
by
to
a-
buy a sundial?
Da-na-na-na-na, as May comes out of the darkness carrying her loot.
Oh.
At least it's not a shady voice in the darkness. Those never work out well.
No, of course not.
You want to buy some
I-
sundials?
I might have a way for you if you're willing to pay and get your hands a little dirty. Or records a little dirty, rather.
I'm always down for dirty.
I know
As you
are.
know from the night before.
Even though you press a digitation yourself all the time.
We're listening.
There's a gentleman who might have a connection to certain portals in Terabon that could get you there faster.
Who is this
We just have to get to
gentleman?
Terabon.
I really can't say any more in town. If you meet me outside about a mile south at midnight, I will take you to him.
I mean,
Sounds
I know
suspect.
you may, but you have to admit that sounds like an ambush.
It really does, doesn't it? It's not, I promise.
Insight
I
check.
don't
Go
know
ahead.
what my goal
Me
is
too.
telling me probably just stay away. Literally, my
7.
piggy bank.
Any friend
12.
of Ezra's is a friend of mine.
She flashes you that dazzling smile, but you don't believe that she's being untruthful.
21 days, sure bet, or potential ambush, and we got to get to Terabon still anyway, and then take a portal. I think I'd go with the greatest treasure. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Oh, I can't believe I'm agreeing with you. Terabon's still most of the way there. It's not even just a slight detour.
Slight detour. Probably save you about at least 15 of those 21 days.
Andrew, kidney. We might lose that.
What's the catch? And the cost?
It's a bit pricier, and it's not exactly legal.
Fine, magic.
Are we traveling by flu?
No, it'll just be a portal.
We're all gonna walk behind something. She's gonna knock us all out.
If the
and then
pigs
when
go
we
through
get there, she'll
portal,
wake us up.
explode.
You can
Congratulations.
unsummon them and then resummon
Gotcha.
them.
What about
Yeah.
the bag of holding?
Bag of holding will be fine. Yeah, it's like a drop in the bucket as far as going through a portal.
What do you think? I still think I feel better just sticking with the greatest treasure. I know Lukan could be in trouble, and that could be the difference between life and death for him, but...
Do we really care? That sounds very dishonorable. Honor tells me we have to go the fast route, but...
What do you think, Evie? I suppose we could hear her out.
But it is dishonorable to be illegal. I'm
It's
very
never
torn.
bothered us much in the past.
I think we should see what it entails. We don't have to agree to anything
So be it.
just by meeting this person.
As long as we can get it in writing, we'll be okay.
So would you say it's like 9 o'clock? You know?
You got 3 hours that you can.
Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna keep feeding the piggy. Oh, it's 1,000 an hour?
1,000
Oh,
an
sweet.
hour.
It'll be all fed then.
Okay, perfect.
I'm actually.
Same.
I'm going to go back to the greatest treasure and use the forge area.
Okay.
To attune to my armor.
Okay.
And belt over the next 2 hours.
Alrighty. Need any help?
I'll call if I need something. Thank you.
Of course. So the next 3 hours pass with you guys just relaxing about town, and then around midnight, you all convene at the edge of town and make your way towards the location. You are wearing your new armor.
I am.
correct?
And actually, Bolt looks quite a bit different. They're no longer big and bulky, but kind of fairly lithe and skinny, I guess.
Bolt, you're looking very svelte.
As I was working on this armor, I got kind of a feeling that the way the old armor was not correct. After getting back even more of the memories, I kind of remember more of what I originally looked like, and so this felt right. So
Good to see you look how you feel.
thank you. I feel this armor makes me feel a lot more capable and able to protect all of you and anyone else that could be in danger.
That's always a good thing.
Excellent.
I think it looks pretty cool.
Thanks. So it's actually like a kind of like a really light blue, with like a metallic sheen on the whole thing. And there are some faint lines of like the rusty red magic that kind of just pulse underneath some of like the plates where they connect. See, it's their magic holding it all kind of together and bonded to them. It doesn't glow like super bright or anything. It's like one of those things where you gotta kind of really look at it to see it's there. But yeah.
From like out of character, just mechanics perspective,
Yeah,
like, what
so
is this
it-
armor that you got?
It is called Miasma armor. It's plate armor, so it puts me up to 22 armor, or 22 AC.
Nice.
And while I'm wearing the armor, any crit against me becomes a normal hit. So it can't be crit
It's like
against.
adamantine.
So I get
Mhm. In addition, when you are subjected to a magical effect that allows you to make a strength or constitution saving throw to take only half damage, You instead take no damage if you succeed.
Huh. So it's like evasion, but for strength and con.
A little bit like evasion. Evasion, like,
If
makes
you
failures half,
yeah.
and yeah.
This is I have to succeed on it, but so I have pretty good con, but I didn't have really good strength, but now I do because of the belt of giant strength, which gives me a 25. So it's going to be +7 strength, which is nice.
Dang.
I parted one of you with your money tonight, at least.
Yeah.
Most of your
You
money.
got, you got half,
I
of,
got about
I
half of
got a
mine.
good
Half of
chunk of
Ezra's.
everybody else's.
half of.
We were looking through
Torrey's,
stuff earlier,
or
and
a quarter.
I was like, "Oh, how much is this? Oh, that's 1,800. That's you know." And I'm like, "Oh, how about a belt of giant strength?" And Corey's like, "Hold on, 25,000 gold." I'm like, "Okay, let me think on that." Would Bolt spend it? Yeah, probably. They don't have much use for a lot of money.
The third of the soul plate. Soul plate. From the spread.
Yeah, shard plate.
Shard plate.
Oh, shard plate? I was like, what?
Anyway,
So you head a mile out of town, and there you see May just kind of sitting on one of the waystones that kind of guide the path, and she's just plucking at her lute, looking at the stars. And she smiles and she says, "Oh, ready to go meet my friend?
Who is this friend?
His name is Drog."
Drog.
Wait. Did we ever hear that name?
it doesn't sound familiar.
Okay.
Nothing. No name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And
I think I'm thinking of the goblin at the bank. What was his name again?
His
Craig?
name
Oh.
was
I don't know.
Craig.
Craig Drog.
How long have you been acquaintances?
We've known each other off and on for a couple of years. Nothing
Know
serious.
Each other.
Yeah,
Good to know.
known each other.
Don't go getting jealous now. You're the one that.
Well, I had to go on an adventure. Sorry, we can have this discussion another time.
Just went out from
Then, right?
And she starts like just walking down seemingly a random direction along the plains. And if you follow, you follow.
Yes, I'll make sure I'm ahead of these guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna have
These guys.
an arrow knocked. Can I
Alright.
just?
Now,
Fills
once
off.
again, the outside of Border Town is a lot of like farmland. There's a lot of different stuff, and she leads you to a particular farm where it looks like the land has been tilled, but nothing's been planted in it. And she leads you to the barn, knocks twice, waits for a moment, knocks 4 times, waits a moment, knocks 10 times, and then once more, pretty immediately, but just enough that there's a little bit of a gap. And the thing opens up, and this half-orc kind of looks around.
What's the password?
Are these the friends of yours?
England
yeah,
clam
these are
chowder.
them. Let us in, Drog. Come on. None of you are Arcanum, right?
Ugh.
Okay. He spends a moment insight checking every single one of you, and then he says, "Okay, come on in." And he slides the barn door open, and inside is a barn. And along the back wall is just this big chalk drawing with a bunch of different symbols on it. And you all step in and slams close, and he says, "Did May tell you what the situation is, or did she leave that to me?"
I think it's up to you, buddy.
All right, well, I have a direct link through certain means, as in I helped do some work on it, but you know that large portal that connects the 2 halves of Terabon, right?
Oh, yes, across the water.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was used, they call it the Ingress Gate. And I have a connection directly to it, if you're interested. It's pricey for the 6 of you and Maynons. 1,000 gold.
All right.
We're paying May's way as well.
I'll buy it. I'll pay the way.
Okay, perfect. Well then,
Come here, Piggy. 1,000 gold.
it like it crosses its little hooves for a moment, and then
Give it.
yeah,
I will
spits it out.
break you.
Hey, don't threaten Hamlet or Hamster.
That's just our
What is it?
relationship.
Hamster.
There should be hamster.
Yeah, so he takes the 1,000 gold and with kind of a wave of his hand, it's gone, and he says, "All right, so here's the deal. It's a little jarring. Try not to throw up when you get out, or else you'll draw attention to yourselves. And if anybody asks, you just came from the other side. Is that fine? Good?
As long as May goes first.
And she shrugs. She says, "Fine, I've done it before. Thanks for the free ride."
Wait a minute.
And also thanks for the portal. Leaves it, falls through it.
Flipping everybody off as she dives back through. She's so cool. So he taps several symbols in sequence, and the back wall cracks and all the wood just breaks away, and you can just see kind of this swirling black vortex beyond. And he says, "After you." And May steps up and she goes,
"Put your piggies away."
"Yes, please put your piggies away."
Go to market.
Go to market.
Good market.
Little piggy, go to market.
Little piggy.
And May kind of looks at you all, and she nods, and she steps through, and it seals back up, and he goes through and he taps 5 different symbols than the one before, and he says, "May was heading to a different location. You're her commission, as it were. Or that's her commission."
Where was she headed?
She said she was going somewhere in Pilfer, if I remember correctly.
I hope you remember correctly. You just sent her there.
Well, if not, she can come back here and complain. She just got a free ride. I don't really know what to tell you.
What assurance
Can
do we
I
have
Arcana
that...
check to see if I can maybe tell the location or...
Sure.
He's gonna send us
8.
Nope.
Looks
into the
fine to
astral
me.
sea. All right, I'll go first. My girlfriend, my rules, and then I jump.
Okay, you go on through.
Oh,
We'll see what happens after
didn't
everybody
know
else
that they were
decides.
serious.
We're not.
I can't split the party now.
Somebody's got to keep him out of trouble. Let's
And
go.
Sari will jump through.
Go walk through with her.
Okay.
I'll turn to Dork and say, "Thank you very much.
Don't mention it at all.
I've never
Thanks,
met you."
Drog.
We trust our
Thanks,
DM
Dra-
entirely too much.
You come on the other side. Draw.
It's just gonna be 3 half giants and that one greenwood jerk.
Find
Before I
that. Get
step
my
through.
revenge.
How do I find
Gonna
others
land
of
on it as we
these?
come out.
You can't unless you know the senior side of the world, which, no offense, honey, but you look more like a light person.
Thank you. You
Just,
step through.
and the portal closes up. Everybody go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, please. As you are basically like...
Natural. And deep.
Nice, you're fine. You're basically spiraled through, spaghettified through this black...
Spaghettification!
Do I get to add
You do not.
+5?
Nope.
18.
That's a 9.
9, 18.
You have advantage, by the way. 17. We all have advantage from last session.
Oh, yeah.
Inspiration.
Or,
Yeah.
you know what I meant. Yeah.
Sorry, what did you get?
15.
15?
22.
22. So Ezra feels a little green in the gills as you come stumbling out of the Egress Gate on what used to be the Hero Dell side of Terrabon. The other side of the city than the one that you were.
The north side?
Yep, the north side of
The
the
one
city.
they went to war with?
Yeah. Well, it's all Terrabon now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The only reason anybody ever calls it that is to signify Hero Dell or the other. Yeah. And then Seredan and Victor come out, and Seredan, you are moments away from throwing up.
Okay.
Where would you like to direct?
Yeah, Sari just goes, "That was amazing!"
I'm like,
Like a
jump out
little,
of the way,
like a
make
little
sure
kid.
it's not on my
This is
brand new armor.
awesome.
And then she'll just be like, "Prestidigitation."
And then Bolt steps out, feeling fine. Everything's good. And Eve, you just kind of like, everybody else like stumbles out of the portal, and you just kind of walk out like it's nothing. So crazy.
The wind starts blowing just enough to get your hair like
And
wow, that's
you
cool.
watch like the whitetail guards that are standing on either side of the portal kind of give Seredan a little bit of an eye and say, "Move along,
Thank you.
please."
First time. Lovely ride. I'd do it again.
I mean, it's just, and he turns back, and you can see as you like look back within the Egress Gate, just has literally it's a step to the other side. There is no like portal effect or anything like that. It is just to the other side.
A little disorienting to travel that far and such a small space.
You'll have to forgive
Crazy.
my friend. She's not
It's the
feeling well.
altitude
We
difference.
did
Deception
go
check,
a little
please.
tavern hopping earlier this evening, so could be
Two.
booze.
Oh, that wasn't bad. Did you
10 plus. What is my my aura?
Oh, that only works on saving throws.
Oh, okay. Well, 10.
10? Just move along. It's been a long night, people.
Okay, we'll move along.
You are back in Terrebonne. The night sky is still night here. Like there's no real difference. I guess maybe there's probably like one time zone difference in an area, which would make this probably
East.
if you're because you
Eastern
moved
time,
east,
So
so
it's later.
so it's like 1 o'clock in the morning now instead of midnight.
Did we find a ship? Could we find a ship at this hour? Probably
Should
not.
probably go see Lady Crest.
That's true. I suppose we could do that.
She could get us a ship.
Take a ship. It's probably not
We could do
idea.
that. but-
Okay.
Lady Crestors. No, Sarai.
I would like to see her.
Me too. Never
I-
seen her.
Point of note: Lady Crestor is on the other side of the river.
She's
Just so you know.
Yeah.
based on your long and illustrious, description, sounds like she's a pretty nice lady.
Plus, Terrebonne is huge. Remember, it's
That's true.
it's
There
like
might
its
not
own
be time.
country, basically.
Could we take a water taxi, or is there anything like that nearby?
It would take a lot longer for the water taxi. I mean, you could just take the Ingress Gate again. You'd get some side-eye looks, but it would be like taking the off-ramp and then getting back on the on-ramp.
People do that all the time.
Even at this hour, the Ingress Gate does have a few people going through it. But the Whitetail Guards do remember Seredan, and they will eye you suspiciously as you head back through.
Okay. Forgot my toothbrush.
At the tavern.
And she desperately needs it now, as you saw.
Hey, you didn't see that. That's why I pressed a digit
Oh, yeah.
it away so fast.
Back
You
to
could
the
probably smell
gate.
it.
Okay, back through the gates, leading your way through Terrebonne City. It takes you probably a couple hours to get to Crestor Mansion, which looks a lot livelier than it did before. Not in the fact that like there's a lot more foliage or anything. It just looks like there's more of these undead servants that are wandering around. And you walk up to the gates, and the two large kind of fully metal fully plate metal guards kind of put their spears, halberds up onto either side to block your way.
That's the symbol. Don't we have a symbol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a seal.
Flash her little
You show
thing.
the seal.
They pull their halberds away, and the gates open up, so you guys are able to head inside.
Alright.
I doubt she sleeps at night.
Okay.
You would know better than I would.
The door opens up, and there is what appears to be a skeleton in a butler outfit standing there, and he looks between all of you and steps to the side to let you in without saying a word.
Rattles, you've never looked better.
Rattles.
Where's that puppy thing?
The mimic.
Yeah.
The mimic pet.
Yep, that was creepy.
Twas.
Suddenly, Ezra is knocked off his feet as the rug like wraps him up and then starts licking his face.
That's the rug of smothering pet.
That's different. But eventually it does change back into the treasure chest mimic that you know and love.
So it's unlike a dog. Well, like a dog, it runs to the door, doesn't make noise, but it sets a trap.
Yes.
Because that's its instincts, right?
Yep, exactly.
I'll turn to Rattles. Is his name now?
That's his name now.
Excuse me, Rattles. Is Lady Crestor in?
He is in a meeting. Please head into the lounge.
Thank you. Are there refreshments?
Yes.
Thank you.
I feel like we need, smoking jackets to go in here.
We do.
So it just
Cocktail
collapses
dress.
on the couch and starts
There's
snoring.
complimentary ones at the door.
So after...
I can put on my general's outfit that I've got.
I
Does
forgot
that
we
fit
bought,
over your armor, by the way?
Yeah.
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 I think you made that to fit
yeah,
over
we
your armor.
bought fancy
Especially-
Well, now it's
Oh,
super
definitely.
loose.
It's a loose fitting,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So after about a half an hour of sitting there eating some charcuterie, I can't even say the word even though we've talked about it so much, the doors to the lounge open up, and Lady Crestor, who once again is very tall, very pale, beautiful kind of red hair. Reddish? It was kind of
I
like
thought it
pale
was
red.
like a black bob.
Didn't think it was black. I think I
Well,
specifically made it not.
I believe you. You would know better
I
than
just
me.
remember Black Bob because I was thinking of Lady Demetrescu or whatever from.
And I think that
Demetrescu.
is why I specifically did not make the black bob thing. But she walks in and she goes,
Resident Evil.
I was not expecting to see you again so soon. Last I heard, you were on your way to Big Town, is that correct?
Did you get our message?
The long and meandering one, you mean?
It was very well crafted.
I hope you know it
Sarah's
was
like half
written
asleep.
by Sarah.
She's like,
But,
do not demean my writing style. It's very good.
Yes, I did receive it. I'm not familiar with any Eventhi, but I have put out some notifications to see what we can dredge up.
Excellent.
She wakes up at that.
well, we are
Bastard.
attempting to make our way to Morris Bend.
Good. I think the Infinite Sight is close to making their move, so I'm glad that you are acting with all haste.
Absolutely. We need a means of traveling there. We might have ditched Cascas.
I see. You took a more direct route back to the city.
It was going to take 21 days to get there from where we were in Border Town.
You were all the way in Border Town.
Yes, about 2 hours ago.
Oh, we have so much news we haven't told.
Well, I told it all in the letter.
You did not. You definitely did not. You rambled about Eventhi, what he might have looked like.
No.
And
I
that's it.
specifically said we had learned a lot of information that had to do with the destruction of the world.
Yes, I am
And-
very interested to hear what you have learned.
If the rest of you
Congratulations.
would like to go rest, I could inform
That sounds lovely.
Lady
Sure.
Master.
And congratulations again on the promotion.
Of course. It's been more harrowing than I would have imagined, but here we are. If you'd like, Rattles could show you to your rooms. Stop naming my staff.
Rattles.
Did he already have a name?
No, but now he does.
You're welcome.
You give them a name, now they're
Scott
free.
sees a
Like
need
Dobby.
and he meets it.
Yep.
Okay? Can you blame the guy?
So the skeletal butler will come in again and lead anybody off who needs to head off for the evening.
His name Rattles because he rattles when he walks.
More shambles.
No, that's
the bones clatter against each other.
Okay. So once you're alone,
I go into my like C-3PO telling a story.
Do you tell her everything? What do you tell her?
I was hoping it would be more like Olaf. Telling.
Yeah, I think I would because she has her like time vault and she trusted us with that, and so she knows a little bit more about the craziness in the world that maybe the rest of the world doesn't remember, right? Because of this kind of stuff. And so I would tell her pretty much everything that happened, including the repeat. I think Bolt would leave out the ship crash and
Okay.
just basically like, oh, I would tell her about the meteor storm,
Yeah.
but not that Bolt was involved.
About halfway through the story, she orders a drink from her staff, and by the end of it, she's drained half a bottle. of
And this
expensive
skeleton is
alcohol.
named Squeaky.
And she goes, "This is quite a lot of information to take in. I'm sorry. I'm actually at a loss for words. This changes a lot about what we know."
Changes everything about what we know.
I will see what I can dredge up quietly about this Hasman Day and see if there's any other records of it, as well as anything that I can find out about anybody who might be rambling like a crazy person about the lands before time.
Wait, this is reminding me of that
stars.
really crazy old guy at the outside of
Yeah,
town.
the prophet
Oh,
became our prophet.
Yeah, remember?
Didn't he get
was our
eaten by
town
a
crier.
rat?
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
he was singing your praises.
We should
Like,
go
the
find
Wayward
our
Watch,
first
I've come
cult
to
follower.
save us.
yeah.
Make
That
sure
guy
he's okay.
knows. That guy knows stuff.
I'm free. Dang it.
I would recommend avoiding the Archon at all costs. We feel that they are probably, pretty much know they're heavily involved in the cover-up of the whole thing.
Terabon is closely associated with the Arcanum. It will be hard to sever any sort of ties, and we don't really have the manpower to handle policing our city on our own.
Oh, I would just say when you're digging for information, make sure you steer well clear of them.
This does bring up an interesting point that may provide some insight. When I was working for the Infinite Sight and attempting to see back into the past, as we all did as part of our training and plans, there was a certain point that we could not see any further past. We all thought it was the beginning of our plane, our realm. But now I wonder.
Could have been once the shield was implemented.
I do know that there were some among us, Thulian included, that believed that there would be a way to break through this barrier, given enough power.
Do you think someone has attempted already, based on the cracking?
From what you've told me, it sounds like the cracking may be unrelated, but a similar effect. If Thulian manages to accomplish his goal and break through a weakened shield, it could destroy the barrier around an area completely. If he is still going with the same goal.
We don't have any reason to expect otherwise.
Exactly. Thank you, Bolt.
No problem.
I have some information to write down to make sure that I don't forget it. But for now, Squeaky will show you to your room.
Thank you.
And
good night.
good night. And we are going to take a
By
small
this
break.
time, it's like 6 a.m.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. Good night and good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take just a small break here. Let everybody stretch their legs, and we'll be right back for the next half.
Need to be.
All right. So the night passes. Ezra,
Uh-huh.
your friends have abandoned you.
What?
They escaped without you, leaving you to rot, just like your mother did, and just like your father. Let me show you a true path.
Am I becoming a warlock?
So everybody wakes up the next morning feeling refreshed. You can take a long rest. You convene in a quiet little breakfast nook away from the main building to enjoy a nice patron-sponsored breakfast.
Made by scraps.
Grapes.
Patron sponsored, so
Made by
I
crepes
thought
and scraps.
the breakfast was made from scraps.
Yes.
I was like, why?
Leftovers. This is leftover breakfast.
would this be a feast for heroes?
It's the Aneria breakfast. It's
Just a regular
not
breakfast.
continents, it's scraps.
Ah, I see.
Scrap-a-mental breakfast.
Scrappinant.
Better than incontinent.
Yum. Sorry, what to eat with gusto.
Push all the tables together. Pangea breakfast.
And Rattles does enter the room during the breakfast, and he's got one of those trays, and it's got like a little card on it, and he just kind of holds it out to see who takes the card.
Am I down here? Or am I still sleeping?
Yeah, everybody's down here.
Oh, okay.
Anybody have any strange dreams last night?
I'm staring at everybody, like, very distrustfully.
What does the card say?
The card is from Lady Crestor. It says, My dear Wayward Watch, I apologize that I will not be able to attend your breakfast this morning. A ship is waiting for you to take you to Morris Bend when you are ready. And it has instructions on how to get there.
Very good. Speaking of, I think I should send a message to Cascas.
Right.
That poor little...
I meant to say that when we came through the portal last night.
Does Hug see them yet? No, not really.
Dearest Cascas, please know how much we love and admire you. We had to get to our destination a little more quickly than the greatest treasure could get us there.
AKA, we
This
didn't want
is
to help
no
fix the
offense
ship.
to the ship
Bye-bye.
or to you. We love you, and I mean it. Yours truly, Big X, Little X, Big O, Little O.
Don't forget the PS, bill Lady Crestor for the repairs.
Exactly. Eve.
Okay. You send that off. You're not going to get a message reply right away, but
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably hurt his feelings. Sorry, Cascas.
He's just crying into his pillow.
to his thousands
mound
of
of
gold
furs.
Yeah.
below his ship.
While Huck's just like,
He's
waking
up and reading a letter with his
Yes.
curlers in.
Oh, finally, they. Oh no. no. Okay. Anything else that you'd like to do before you leave? You are in a major city at this point, in case there was any other items that might be of interest, but I don't think we want to do a full shopping montage unless you have something.
If you let me retcon later that I bought something, then yes. Otherwise, we better just move on.
Better just move on. All right, so you head to the docks. Again, you've got your standard docks where a lot of ships are kind of set on either side of the river, and then you've got the
Which
airship
docks are these? Is there a gumbo stall?
Yes, there is. In fact, there is the exact same gumbo stall with the Etiquoth in there. And he's just kind of serving up things as normal. You see the warehouse that he stood next to has been claimed by some other faction at this point, and they're just hauling goods in there. Everything appears
Is
normal.
there a dwarf sitting there eating gumbo?
Nope. You haven't heard from
Mash.
for a while there. Last you heard, Lady Crestor had taken him somewhere, but you're not quite sure where.
He's buried in the west.
He's rattles.
Elongated the bones a bit.
This is Rattle, Squeaky, and Nash.
We'll get some gumbo to go and get on the ship.
Okay.
I'll
Gumbo's cursed. Be careful.
eat my gumbo while glaring at everyone.
Ezra, what is wrong with you?
It's like you had a dream that we cheated on you, and now you're mad at us, even though it was just a dream.
That was May, not us.
I'm just in a sour mood.
May had the dream?
Oh dear. I'm sorry. What can we do to cheer you up?
Don't abandon me, and then I'll just walk away.
Bit touchy, that one?
Don't abandon me as I abandon you.
Very irrational right now.
Right. Must be that time of month.
I heard that!
He's monstrating.
It's not my fault.
Our unicorn.
What happens when you travel with your friends? You just sync up. So it's probably you guys too.
This is a wonderful conversation.
Honestly, though, again, you can cut this out. But if I had magic, that is one thing you better believe.
Oh, you do.
I would be magicking away.
There's a thing called the.
I thought you were going to say
card,
magicking onto
and that
all
will
of
help
us.
with that.
But I appreciate that you were, instead of that you would just the reverse.
Yeah,
That's
no,
nice.
I would magic away from myself. I wouldn't. Why would I
Prestidigitation.
inflict that on
No, I
someone
think
else?
that's something that my wife would say. She'd be like, I would make you feel it. It's like, how about you just take it away from yourself?
How much is it? Nobody feels it.
Great restoration.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
We go off the rail sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries at all.
DM.
So you head up the staircases that lead up to the kind of upper lattice work that is the air docks, and you find the location, and you see a gleaming silver ship that looks it looks very needle-like on the front. It's got kind of expanded the back a little bit, and then has kind of a nice little fin blade.
That's what I'm talking about, right?
What's the name of the ship? Do we know?
Needle.
You
The Needler.
it is called the
loveliest-
Cutting Edge.
Of the cutting edge.
Gabriella. The Gabriella.
The Gabriella.
The Gabrielle.
And you're just about up there, and a kitsune man kind of stands up and he shakes himself and he says, "Oh, you're the Wayward Watch, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. The captain will be arriving shortly. I am the first mate. Feel free to come on and welcome aboard the Cutting Edge.
Great. What was your name?
Tellus.
Tellus.
Yes.
Tell us your name.
It is Tellus.
I bet you never get that.
Never at all.
And the captain? What's his name?
Tallus.
I'll let the captain introduce himself. He enjoys it.
Oh, wow.
T-L-L-I-S. Tellus.
Sorry, I just watched. You were making me think of a flamboyant captain, and I just finished watching Stardust with my kids a couple of nights ago, and they loved it. They loved it. It was a good show.
Wow,
Such a good show.
Yeah.
But he kind of ushers you aboard. He says, there's only a single cabin downstairs. I hope you don't mind sharing for the journey. It should take us about 3 days to get there.
Wow.
Fast. We saved 18.
The Cutting Edge is the fastest ship that you can buy with money.
I hear it's pretty.
Now, is
cutting
this
edge.
ship owned by
No more
Lady
puns from you.
Crystal, or are you just contracted?
Contracting. The Cutting Edge is one of the premier ships. Well, the premier transport runners for the. What do I call them?
The Infinite Sight.
The Infinite Sight. Yes, that's the one. No, it's let's see. The Freewind Scrappers.
The never-ending view, not the infinite sight.
The never
Oh,
ending
I named my bow, by the way,
story.
the Final Sight.
The Final Sight.
So I'm gonna put the end to them.
And what is the name of the captain?
Like I said, he likes to introduce himself. And then you hear, "Indeed I do," and you all look over and
Robert De Niro.
There's kind of a flutter of doves, and swinging down from the rafters of the airship dock is he's a little pudgy, but he's definitely like this halfling lands down and he goes, "The name is Captain Prevost Fondahill, at your service," and he takes his tricorn hat and he does the wave and then he puts the feather back in and he goes, "Tell us, would you please gather the birds?" And
What's the name again? Clap.
Prevost Fondahill. Thank you. And such a lovely collection of adventurers who I have heard about before, by the way. Yes, they sing your songs all over Terra.
Excellent.
What a shame we couldn't
Bloody
introduce
Fountain.
ourselves.
That's the one that's the hit.
I mean, I'm all for introductions individually. They kind of give you a vague idea, the songs do, but please.
Oh, well, my name is Eve, and I'm going to squeeze my little pig so it oinks.
A little too hard on the squeezing it. Well, nice to meet you, Eve.
Seredan, Fellowship.
Nothing. That's it.
I'll prestidigitate like one little spark, and it'll like go.
All right. There, then. You good, sir?
My name is Victor, the of the Eight Rings, Battle of Bloody Fountain. You might have heard of me.
That's exactly the song I've heard.
He's the one that died in the song, by the way.
Oh, I know.
It was his blood.
Ezra, now prestidigitate my hair too.
Quite impressive.
And I am Bolt.
Nice to meet you, Bolts. Welcome aboard. I hope that you are all ready to enjoy all the luxury that the Cutting Edge has to offer, which isn't a lot, I'll give you that, but we do have a nice warm water, if you'd like.
Tub?
No, unfortunately there's no room for a tub. You can wash your face in a basin, though.
Just a sponge bath, then.
I don't give them out personally, but I suppose Tellus might be able to. And Tellus goes, "No, I'm not doing that."
Come on, everyone has a price.
Excellent. Now, if there's anything else that you need, please let me know.
Does the
If not,
first
we
mate
will
go?
shove off. A little bit.
Adventurers.
All good?
Good.
Excellent.
shove
Tellus! And Tellus is already up at the mast, and he kind of wheels it away, and he goes, "This really, it is very hard to steer with this thing, like an actual ship's mast, but he won't have it any other way."
The ship's wheel? Or
Yeah. Yeah. Typically, you want an airship with, kind of like a globe that can go, 3 dimensions, but, yeah.
So he has to spin it and
He's old school.
Yeah, we have to,
He's got
back
pulling
in.
it out.
And as he does, the ship breaks away, and you can see that the rope that is mooring it is getting taut, but Prevost goes ha and runs along the railing and takes his a rapier out and just slices through the rope, and he's like, "We'll have to get new rope, Tellus." And Tellus is like, "Yes, sir, of course, sir."
I like this guy.
So do I.
Kes who?
Fair on the eyes, but perhaps dark in the soul. Whereas Kes is kind of the opposite.
I'll tell him you said that.
So, what takes 5 adventurers all the way to Morrisbend? And as Prevost is talking, he kind of leans back, and Tellus is there, and he sets a chair down so that Prevost just sits in the chair, and then Tellus is gone again.
You need yourself one of these, and I just go and sit on thin air.
Wow, that is impressive. Where did you pick that up, my friend?
I picked it up in Six Hills.
Ah, Tellus, make a note. We're going to Six Hills next. That's kind of off our beaten path. I don't care. I need that belt. In fact, 200 gold.
Unfortunately, it's not for sale right now.
500 gold.
I'm sorry, I can't part with it.
1,000 gold.
I think I might be able to get one for you.
If it's not that one, I'm not interested.
Well, you see,
I might be able to get that for you.
I have quite the substantial frame, and I seem to break a lot of chairs.
Me too, my friend. Me too.
I have
Says the halfling.
Yeah, I have a feeling
I break all the halfling chairs.
I'm about 4 or 5 times your weight, so I can't part with it right now.
Very well, very well. I'll just have to deal with this chair.
It's like
So,
Sightseeing.
Right, we've earned a bit of a reprieve after lots and lots of adventuring.
and you're choosing a mining town, a mining village.
Well, we've never been to the northeast.
Thought the mountains are great.
I do love mountains. I'm from Malagoth.
Oh, yes. Have you ever been to the Kargath?
No, never.
There? You're all right.
Tell
Now,
us,
Whitebone Mesa. Now, that is a place that you need to see.
Tell us, what are the main attractions of the Kargath Mountains?
Well, you've got...
No, I say Kargath.
Yeah.
you mimicked him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the halfling did.
The Kragath Mountains are known for their volcanic activity. There are rumors that they used to belong to some giant creature, and what is left is its spine.
The spine. I've
Yes.
heard that story.
And of course, there are the what are they called?
What there's
The brusque.
There's some
Brusque.
natives there, right?
Yes, the Brusque are actually a very interesting tribal people. Bunch of pig people. I mean, you could relate a little bit. And he points at the little piggies that are all just kind of like wandering around.
This is Oinko Banko. I decided to change its name.
Oinko Banko.
Not Oinko Boinko, but
So
Oinko
much.
Banko.
interesting critters.
Would this be offensive to them to see these?
No, not really. I mean, they're no more than it would be offensive to you to see a monkey. Those of you, wait. There are no humans among you. Oh, good. I can relax a little bit. Humans are always so stuffy. Unless you're half human. I can't tell what the other half is.
Unicorn.
I just don't say
He is a
anything.
unicorn.
He's having a bad day. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
I'm looking at a map. It's taking all of my focus.
So, bit of a
Maybe
reprieve,
this is
and you're
May.
choosing to go to the Kragath Mountains.
We've never been.
I do say it's going to be a little bit of an interesting journey. We should be able to cut through the Emerald Wild without any issue. We tend to keep far enough above it, move quick enough that nothing can get to us.
That's generally ill-advised. I'm surprised you're headed that way.
We've never had any issues before.
Have you ever seen any dragons circling the mountain?
You know, I think I did once.
Really?
Yes? Tell me, what did it look like?
Well, it had wings and a big tail. It was, I think, blue and scaly.
I think it was blue.
And
It
scaly.
was just an instant.
Mine was black as night, yes. And Tellus goes, "It was night, sir." Yes, but it was black as night, which made it really hard to see. It was lucky I actually cut it at all. And he points up to the head of the deck, and you can see like a set of binoculars that have been set on a little pedestal.
Is it like the Empire State Building ones? Like,
Oh yeah, you have to put in a copper.
Yeah, you do have
and,
to put
like-
in a copper. Yep. Took that from one of the walls of Terrebonne, you know. Hush, hush.
Yeah, I was about to say Eve. Sir will totally like get a copper out of the piggy and stick it in.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely zoom in on Sky Peak and get a good look at it for a little bit.
I think on the lens he needs to have one drawn like as a speck.
Dragon.
Oh, look out! You see like a little shadow puppet dragon. He's going,
There's the dragon. Woo!
it just seems very interesting. Kragath Spine, I mean, Morris Bend is one of the lesser villages in the Spine area.
I mean,
Is there something specific that you're
sometimes
looking
we
for?
look for different beards. I mean, these guys, they were actually in the Six Hills. They were, we were all, what do you call it? You were judges
Yes.
for a drinking competition. We were interested in the local beers.
We were
the brew bash.
we were judges for the brew bash.
Wow, that's impressive. I'm carrying pretty much royalty then.
It was. We got totally smashed. Can't handle our liquor at all. It was lovely.
Amazing.
Well, I do brew my own as well, if you have a moment to
Yes.
As long as it's not
Taste.
kombucha.
Easy.
No, I'm afraid
Like
that's
kombucha.
Etaquathan stuff. I don't deal with Etaquathan too much. And he stands up and then he thinks better of it and sits back down and snaps his fingers and he says, "Tellus, bring my finest bottle." And Tellus is like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Is it just the two of you? Is there no other crew?
Yes, just the two. All we need is Tellus and I. Tellus handles most of the day-to-day around the ship, and I handle the captaining and the information gathering for when we need it, and also just kind of generally.
I'm just
I'm the people
imagining
person.
when no one's here, they're playing that Just the Two of Us song, and it's Dr. Evil and Mini-Me.
Wait, if he's going down there, then who's steering the ship?
That's actually a very good point. Don't worry, you can set the cutting edge and then just let it fly.
Oh, it's like a Tesla.
There are no Tesla coils beneath the deck, actually, which are also called Tesla coils for inexplicable reasons. Nobody remembers why they're called that.
It was pre-shattering.
Yep.
By Nicole Tesla.
And after a few moments, Tellus comes back up, and he does have a bottle and some like pewter cups, and he sets it down, and then he actually pulls out a cloth and kind of like whips it out and sets it down seemingly in nowhere. And as he does, a small little table appears. Ooh. And he says, "Tellus is very skilled, very skilled."
Get one of those.
His
well with the belt.
I believe that his mother was a nature spirit, or so he says. And he goes, "I've never said that, sir." You have when you're drunk. Anyway, and he takes the bottle and he pours each of you a cup, and he says, "Please."
Yeah. Drink it up.
Okay. It is absolute swill. It is. It's like moonshine at its finest, I suppose, which isn't very good.
Gets the job done. Quite
Yeah,
so.
there's not a lot that we can actually like use to produce it. Every now and then we'll try and get low enough to grab some of those high-hanging fruits.
Let's
What
see.
exactly is it made of?
Yeah, I rolled a 2 on my
Mostly-
con check, so Ceres, let's smash. Like
Perfect.
after one.
Rotten, just rotten potato flavor.
Yeah, it's just kind of like whatever fruits we can find, you know. I don't know how to make moonshine. Get out of here. This is Cory
get
speaking.
corn.
You gotta get the mash.
Yeah.
Then, I don't know after that. It sits in a barrel for a long
Come
time.
on, you guys go watch
You
that
distill it.
TLC
You
show.
distill it, and then you take the head
Moonshiners.
off because that part tastes really
I
nasty.
thought you were gonna say
You have to
That's
take the
all.
head off, you say.
Is this? Are we drinking the head?
No, of course not.
That
You're
explains
shooting
a
me, I'll
lot.
write something down.
Tell us, remember that.
Yeah, tell us, remember to get rid of the head.
Write this down.
I've told you that for years, sir.
It's like, I thought it was the cream of the crop, so
Yeah,
the
like-
best rises to the top.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, enough about my wonderful alcohol. I'm very curious, like, about your adventures. I know a few bards who would pay a little bit for the stories, as it were.
He knows that
Wait.
Lady Crestor hired us,
Mhm.
or hired him.
We actually paid the bard a quite large sum of money to tell our tales.
Really? Most heroes just have them told for free, but I suppose one way to go about it is to have your tales plastered over
It's-
everything with
it's-
advertising.
It's called marketing.
Speaking of which, join our Discord, like, comment, and subscribe.
Boom. Segue.
Well, anything fun?
You are kind of nosy.
I apologize. I didn't mean to be nosy. I was just being friendly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood your intentions.
Your bad mood
Of
is
course.
affecting Eve.
You want to go ahead and
Our
give me an
time of the
insight check?
month.
What don't you understand?
19. It's 18.
Oh yes, he's very incredibly nosy. There was no like good conversation out of the goodness of his heart. He wants to know everything about what you're doing here and everything because he's just that kind of inquisitive person. Not like non-maliciously, like or not maliciously either.
Gossip.
It's just more like he's a gossip queen, right? He wants to know.
If you don't mind, I'm feeling like I just want to enjoy this scenery.
Of course, I do have a few duties to attend to as captain. And Tellus kind of snorts as he stands up, and again, like he doesn't even like fold up the chair, but soon enough, Tellus comes by and the chair just kind of like vanishes. And he says, "Enjoy the rest of your flight, and if you need me, I will be in my captain's quarters." He
Fascinating fellow.
suppose.
Well, yeah, I think Sarah's just going to enjoy the view.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you look through the binoculars with advantage.
The binoculars, whatever you look at, starts on fire.
14.
You don't see any more dragons in Sky Peak, or even the hint of them. You see a few rocks, or what you assume are rocks because they look like eagles from this distance.
Yeah, those kind of rocks.
Yeah,
Big flying. Wow. Rocks
Yes.
made out of rock.
ROCs, yes.
Like looking at a mountain, I see rocks.
Rocks. Is there anything else that anybody would like to do during the 3 days towards Morris Bend?
I will eventually tell everybody about my crazy weird voice stream. Did the voice sound familiar by chance?
Give me a history check.
History 23?
No.
Wow. Anyways.
Nothing that you remember, at least.
That's odd.
So it told you what again?
Oh, that all my friends have abandoned me, and something about let me show you a better path, or something to that effect.
You've been grumpy about it for so long that you've forgotten the actual phrase.
That, literally happens to me when I'm mad at my husband.
I don't
It's
know
like-
why I'm mad at you
yeah.
anymore, but
Just want to be mad.
I'm like, well, you did something, and it was annoying.
Don't worry, Easy. We won't abandon you.
Have you
Not
ever
today,
had
at least.
a dream like that before?
That was not very nice.
I don't
I'm still
think
drunk.
so.
Torrey said that, not Eve.
I think it's the first.
in these 3 days, do you want to summon Darian?
Yes,
back, by the way?
I do.
Okay.
All right, Victor, I'm bringing Darian back, and I want you to remember that
I
you
mean, I'll brush his
promised-
hair if you need me to brush his hair. I can help with that.
Okay.
Victor, I will pay you 300 gold.
You said it was sugar bombs
More
that
sugar
you were
bombs.
feeding before? Right.
So help me.
I'm sorry. I cannot. I swore on the creed that I wouldn't.
All right.
But what if we have a physical contract? That's much better than your word.
You know, that's true. But I swore on the creed it would not be honorable.
Darian, I want you to meet Waddles. Isn't he adorable?
So Darian comes tromping in. He looks a little like windswept from the last time that he was here. I think he got killed before you guys got to the temple.
Didn't you fall
Yeah.
off the boat?
No, so you caught him for that
Shit.
part, but he died during the Sky Pirate encounter with the Gearcracker Clan.
Not the only one.
I thought he wasn't
I know
around
what
for
it
any of
feels
the
like.
temple thing.
Oh, no,
he
no,
was
he was
the,
with the temple.
Yeah, he was. He got killed
Oh
in
yeah,
one
because
of
he killed
the
the.
Yeah,
by one of the small.
little stewards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit of an electric shock hair even as he comes out.
I know what that feels like too.
And he runs up and he just starts like sniffing you like crazy. Like, I haven't seen you in days. Are you okay? That sort of sniffing.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
And then a lot of nuzzling.
Oh.
Yeah. And he almost steps on Waddles like 3 times. Waddles is just kind of like through the feet.
Be careful, Waddles.
And Darian looks down, and there's a little tiny moment where Darian like flops onto the deck, ears like spread out, and he's just sitting there like sniffing, twitching his nose at Waddles, who comes up, and Waddles sits there a moment, backs up, and then just like ram and boops him in the nose, and then Darian kind of shakes his head and then takes a paw and just like curls up.
Oh, they're
Waddles,
brothers. It's so sweet.
and then starts trying to chew on him a little bit,
Sounds about right.
just like brothers. Yep.
Yeah.
High
Is that what you guys do? Chew on
Cuddle
each
up and
other?
Chew on each
Yep.
other.
I have brothers, but they
They
we
don't
don't do
bite.
that.
I don't
Well, my
know.
one
As far as
brother,
you know.
I don't love like people to touch me, and so he's way taller than me. He'll come up and like take me in this huge bear hug and like kiss my forehead to bug me. Isn't that so rude?
So rude. How dare he show you love? God.
No, he does it to bug me. He doesn't do it to show affection.
This is, me and my brothers, it's usually just a text. It's like, hey, are you still alive this week?
What's up, bro?
Cool.
All right, I'll talk to you next week. See you at mom's house. That's about it.
I love these insights into families.
Yeah.
Because your families in game are so terrible, I need some good connections, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so after 3 days and 3 nights, most of the time Prevost leaves you to your own designs. He does insist that you dine with him, at least on the first night. And he regales you with several of his... Oh yeah,
Like
absolutely.
like the captain's dinner on a cruise.
Yep. He does regale you with several stories about his adventures in Whitebone Mesa and how he once brought down a Tyrannosaurus Rex all on his own.
Ooh, we fought one of those once.
Where? Have you been to the Mesa?
No,
marshlands.
it was in the marshlands.
Oh, can't be. They only appear in the Mesa.
I think they had captured it and were holding it as a sort of pet prisoner gladiatorial thing.
Yeah. We actually fought it after we defeated a frog hemoth.
I've never heard of that one.
I will actually draw him a picture of what it is.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Yes.
That's absolutely horrifying. Tell us, remember this, and make an illusion of it later. We'll tell your story about how you defeated that frog hemoth.
His name was Ergoblath.
He was softer than he looks.
I love that this is morphed because the frog hemoth was before you beat Ergoblath. But now the story will be that Ergoblath is the frog hemoth.
Remember, I came to the battle late. Oh my gosh, this gummy bear's pregnant! There's a baby gummy bear inside of it!
That's amazing.
You have to
take
take a picture now so that we can post that with the video.
It's happening! It's only like half of one. It's terrifying.
Well, it's only half.
Sorry.
It's only in the second trimester. Everybody knows that when you're pregnant, it goes top down like a 3D printer.
Yeah.
Except for that be down up.
Yeah, bottom up.
But pregnancy's reverse. They just
Yeah,
haven't.
I mean, humans are just long-term 3D printers.
Yep.
You can't really tell from the picture, but there is a little gummy bear inside of the big gummy bear. It's like just the head and like an arm.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I'm glad you enjoy those. I got them from Nico's Sweet Shop.
Ew.
Weird.
It's pregnant,
I
or
can't-
it is a
Or it's a- like
conjoined
a
twin.
yep.
Yeah.
They're magically enchanted to breed if you leave them alone long enough, so you can have more.
That is actually really cool, but bad for business because.
No, I mean, Nico didn't enchant them. I had Tellus do it.
Tellus is quite talented.
Yes, he is. I
What's,
think he
does-
might be half dragon in addition to half nature spirit. You know, he's got that aura around
Looks
him.
a little foxy to me.
If you'd like, I can introduce you.
By foxy, I mean like a fox.
Oh yes, well that's nature spirit.
First Lady Crestor, now this
Spirit
guy.
of the Anari.
But it is getting late. Have a wonderful evening. I have Captain-y things to do. He wanders off, trying not to make himself too overbearing this time.
He's gonna go play with his dolls.
Thank you.
Yes. No, I was not seeing you play with your dolls against.
Oh no. It's gonna be one of those straw dolls and it looks exactly like Eve.
So I want to.
It's
Right.
like, hold on.
2.0.
Let's do it for next session.
I want to tie a rope rather stealthily to my flying broom
Okay.
onto something that's affixed to the ship, since obviously my broom can't keep up with the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and see if I can hang out outside his window and he's in captain's quarters. See if I can overhear anything.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check, if you would.
Like how you get it all set up and you like get on the broom and then you push off and it just like
And the rope slips.
because it can't fly.
So sleight of hand.
Yep.
That is going to be a 25.
Okay. And then go ahead and give me a stealth check.
So that is a 23.
Okay. So you kind of hang off the side. The way that magic physics work, it will not just yeah.
It's the hoverboard hanging off the
Exactly.
DeLorean.
Yep. And you kind of just see as he's in the captain's quarters, he's just sitting there, and he's got this long parchment that just appears to have a bunch of writing on it, or you assume it does. Obviously, you can't really see too well, but the scratches of his quill are definitely like reverberating around the apartment and or the cabin. And he spends the entire night until he goes to bed writing.
Okay.
He's working on his novel.
His autobiography.
I will. my way back to the ship.
Yeah. So the next morning, you all wake up to the sound of Tella saying, "Up ahead, Morris Bend." And the Emerald Wilds has not long since passed, but it's kind of on the edge. You're in this weird sort of like grassy steppes area, very thin bluegrass look, and up ahead you can see the giant spiked peaks of Kargath's spine. Sorry. Kargath is a character in World of Warcraft, so that's going to happen a lot. And you see a small village, and the cutting edge kind of ducks down low and kind of cuts into the ground a little bit, probably about half a mile away from the village. And he says, "This is where I was told to send you. I assume that you can walk the rest of the way."
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Captain. That was a very enjoyable experience aboard your ship.
Well, thank you very much. And he takes off his hat and he bows deeply, and then he kind of like moves the hat outward and extends it a little bit. And continues to bow.
Next time maybe think about putting in some like bathtubs and like massage chairs or something.
Oh, I mean, if you would have liked, Tellus could have given you a massage. All you had to do is ask.
Well, no one.
I don't give out
at the
massages.
beginning. Should put it on the amenities.
Well, if the cutting edge is ever a pleasure cruiser, I will.
Where's my...
I will give him 1 gold piece.
Just like, pat the back of
Same.
Waddles.
Yeah.
Pat the butt of Waddles.
Fine.
Everyone cough up a gold.
I will walk past without giving anything.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Victor, yes or no?
Yeah, I'll give him a gold.
Okay, 4. And he scoops them up and he says, "I appreciate your patronage. Have a wonderful trip in this little mining town, and good luck to you." And he starts climbing up the ladder again.
Thanks. Farewell, bon voyage. They don't speak French here, do they?
That's a
speak
form of
Gnomish.
Elvish.
Yeah, it's just a form of Elvish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just a dialect, random dialect.
Yep, and
It's hail.
the cutting edge breaks away and takes off. You can see that there's some dirt that's kind of clinging to the other side, underside, making it a little less shiny than it was before. But you can already hear Prevo saying, "Tell us, get the rope. We'll have to get you under there." And then it takes off at a quick pace. Again, the cutting edge is a lot faster than the previous ship that you were on.
I love the greatest treasure, but that was really
That
nice.
was nice.
That was
The
alright.
captain, though.
Yeah, he's a bit.
They wouldn't let me see the engines.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
Well, maybe we
Proprietary information.
Kess
I don't know
up
if
to
that's a
this
slight thing to
standard.
Oh, I ask every airship captain.
Can I see your engine?
Can I take a look under the hood?
Can I see your engine?
Can I see your undercarriage?
That's if you're starting that way, you're never gonna get anywhere.
Okay, on to the village.
Yeah.
On to the village.
Okay. The village of Morris Bend has seen better days, while the dark sky from the volcanic kind of ash that seems to almost continually be spilling out from Kragath's spine makes the place already dreary. This village appears to be long abandoned. A lot of the roofs have been caved in, their thatches not taken care of, and there doesn't appear to be anybody around. And I'd say there's probably about half a dozen buildings. Most of them are just your standard village huts, and then there is one kind of longer building that's probably like a longhouse or a meeting place.
This was Lukan's last known location, right?
Supposedly.
And this is where the crates were being shipped to, as far as we know.
As far as we know, is there like a path towards where the mine would be?
Yeah, there is a path up into the mountains, kind of a switchback path that would lead deeper into where presumably they'd be mining.
What time of day is it?
You guys arrived around 11 in the afternoon?
Does it in the morning?
Yeah, 11 in the morning, so just before noon.
Okay. Does it look like there's been a recent attack, or is it just like
Roll me an investigation
decrepit
check.
and like
I was gonna
misused?
ask, can I roll a history and see if there's anything I can remember about
5?
Morris Bend?
Sure. 5. You can't see any signs of any sort of struggle or anything.
Okay.
24?
No charred rooftops or
No charred Uncle Owen and
Nope.
Emperor.
No disintegrations.
Where's the smell like?
This time. It smells like an old mining town that hasn't seen anybody in it in a while. There's plenty of like that collected kind of stagnant water, your standard kind of just rotted thatching, that sort of thing.
History favorite
So
capital.
you said 25 for your history check?
Or 24.
24. Morris Bend isn't really well known in the first place. You probably did a little bit of research after your meeting with Lady Crestor, just seeing what you could find. They're mostly known for a steady supply of iron.
So there are people here somewhere.
Yeah, there are supposed to be people in this mining town, or the village.
Did the like history book or whatever say anything about what happened to them? Are they, since they no longer live in the town portion?
No.
Or, huh.
Yeah, there's no mention of it ever being like abandoned in text.
We know that there should be someone here, as somebody keeps exporting iron ore.
I have a feeling we might find more in the mine.
We should probably check the big house before.
Right. Let's
Just
do
in
like a
case.
periphery
Yeah.
sort of just kind of poke our head in the buildings and
I'd like to see if I can, like, looking at the ground and stuff, see if there's any like exodus type, when there's a bunch of footsteps
Movement
or
of
footprints
people.
moving of people.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
Is it that one?
You really can't tell under all of this age. There's enough time has passed that any sort of like tracks have probably been covered over.
I'll investigate the big meeting common
Okay.
boathouse type thing.
I'll help.
Oh. That's really bad. That's a 3.
17.
17.
Well, it was nice
Um,
coming to this town.
So
Let's head back.
the
Nope, no Lukan
longhouse
here.
itself has a bunch of benches that you would see kind of in standard meeting place. Most of them are broken or tipped over. Doesn't look like there was any sort of like. Again, it doesn't look like combat. It just looks like just people being
like
careless. Yeah. Bolt at the back, you do find kind of a storage shed where there are a few bits and pieces of mining equipment, some old candles, some old broken picks, that sort of thing. But most of it appears to have been cleared out.
Don't see anything of any value or interest to us.
should we head up to the mine?
I think so.
Be our best course of action.
They call
Let's
it
go.
the mine.
They call it a mine. So it takes a couple hours as you guys travel up through the mountainous areas, and let's go ahead and get. Let's see. Let's get a marching order here.
I'll go first.
Okay, 1,
I'll go second.
2.
I'll be up.
back.
I'll be on my broom,
Yeah, I'll be in
flying
the
up
middle.
above, see
Okay.
if I can just scan anything.
It's a lot of like tight corners in the spine. Like there's a lot of like spiky peaks here that prevent you from seeing too far. In the distance, off to the west, you think you see kind of smoke and everything in the mountains itself, but that's away from the mine. That's more likely just like a brusque village or something like that. So, Bolt, what's your passive perception? Terror.
10.
You're traveling along the bend, kind of around this specific bend, and you suddenly see that the air around you is a lot hazier than it should have been. And it's kind of this weird orange haze. I need you to go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
And that's 24.
You feel like you feel sickly, but you don't feel like anything is. It's nothing permanent at this point.
Is it disease or poison?
It is a disease.
I'm immune to it.
You are immune.
Yeah.
Okay, then you're fine.
So I don't feel
so-
anything, which means.
So Seredan, what is your passive perception?
10.
10. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw because Bolt didn't feel anything on his way in.
I'm assuming I get to add 5 from...
Yes.
I'm not taking any breaths.
That's a 25.
25. So Bolt is starting to walk in. You walk in after him. Everything becomes really hazy, and you just start.
Just
to
in the
feel
mine?
like-
We're walking into the mine?
You're just in like. Okay.
Sorry, as a paladin, I'm also immune to
You are
disease.
also immune, so you're good. Eve is also good
Also immune
because
to
also
disease.
immune to disease, and I think we'll just say for the sake of argument, Darian is as well.
Sure.
And you're up above. Hey, Ezra.
Passive perception is 16.
You see everybody walking into this like orangish haze, and it's up to you if you want to follow or not.
Guys, there's a do not see the.
Lovely mountains, aren't they?
I guess once pointed out, we would notice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that before.
Interesting.
Well, it seems safe. All of you are in there. I'm walking.
But
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
you get to add 5.
Still probably bad. Let's see. So that would be 15.
15 is enough. You start to feel sick, but you're not catching whatever this is providing. But you know not to stay in here for too much longer.
This is not good. I wonder if this is where all that disease came from.
What disease?
Big town.
No, it
That
came
was
from
from the
Oh, that's from the
Sparkle
mouse.
Blath, yeah.
I forgot about that.
What, are you not feeling very well?
No, this air is not good.
Oh,
Shouldn't
it's
stay in
Utah
this.
in the winter. Got
It
it.
does look a little
It's
sickly.
very
I
inversion.
mean, if you're stuck in the inversion, do you want to? I can lift you on the room
I
above
think
it.
it's alright. Let's press on.
Can we see Vicky? Is he covered by the haze?
He's hazy, but not
Okay.
unseeable.
Well,
maybe-
how far are we from the mine opening?
You're still probably about 500 feet from where you think it would open up to the mine. You can hear at this point clinking on rocks.
Maybe you should hop on the broom just in case.
Alright. Scooch Vicky.
I will go back before the haze,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Pick him
we'll-
up.
And you guys hear just like the faintest little kind of like a dolorous as shadow songs kind of floating through the air.
Okay.
Give you a little bit of a.
So the pathway opens up as you come out of this kind of hazy pocket, and you see a large quarry
Hazy
down
pocket.
beneath you. Hazy pocket. Around you, there's just like a lot of the red spine mountains that make up Kragath's spine, and below you are a bunch of miners who look far older than you would expect.
Like they
They're
got
not
it,
miners.
They got
They're
into the club
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Like gray hair, that kind of thing, wrinkled. That,
Yep.
Okay.
and among them you see several large clusters of familiar amber crystals that they appear to be clearing the area around. And then as you're watching, you see a pair of scarab figures step out. They've got shields in one hand, large. One of them has a large sword. The other one has a kind of halberd, and they are just kind of patrolling around the area, watching as constructs do. And then the most notable feature, far in the distance, is the barest tip of a golden pyramid that is sticking out from where they are currently mining.
They're excavating?
Yep.
They haven't noticed us?
No, they haven't noticed you as of yet.
I stop as soon as we get visual.
Hide behind a rock.
Yeah. Are we doing this loud? Quiet.
It was just the miners and the 2 scarab guard things,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
Do they look the miners? I assume, do they look like manacled and distressed, or they look like willing participants?
They look distressed, but they don't look shackled. They just look beaten down.
The infinite sight aged them. People usually don't work in that.
Wasn't those other time crystals that we found back in Terrebonne?
Mhm.
Didn't one of the people age when we broke them out of it?
Yeah, when you didn't break it properly, there was some rapid aging that occurred.
Could be a side effect from being around
Take
those.
Two of those.
I think Evie would not really much for subterfuge.
Everybody give me a perception check.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Natural 3.
Well, I'll
15.
Yep. I'll stop everybody right there because this is actually very appropriate. Eve, as you're watching the miners kind of going around, you see one of them pushing a cart, and he is wearing Lukan's standard traveling clothes, although his beard is far longer, and his face is more wrinkled, and he has kind of long, scraggly hair. He looks very much sickly and old now, but you're pretty sure that's Lukan.
Got what he deserved.
You're not with us.
Only a couple feet above you.
How far are you flying up, Victor?
Probably just above the haze. Or whatever
Which
the haze
is-
would just be
How far?
like our toes would be dipping in it. almost.
Yeah, like you're about 15 feet up in the air at this
okay.
point, trying to like hide around a specific spike.
Does the haze seem like it's coming from like this quarry and like
There
Floating
do
outward?
appear to be pockets of this haze and everything coming from the quarry itself.
Easy. Can you see well enough to shoot from up there?
What do your elven eyes see?
Half elven.
eyes see.
What do your orcish eyes see?
They see scarabs
Those
that look,
beady little. What? Sorry.
they look like they need to die. The
Can you
scarabs.
roll me a stealth check when you ask him?
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Question.
How far away is Lukan from where we're standing?
I would say he's.
I'm not having a good night. rolling.
I would say he's probably 50 feet down
Okay.
into the quarry itself.
That's a natural one.
Okay. As you ask Ezra if he can shoot from up there, both of the scarabs turn their heads towards you, and they bring their shields around to bear, and they start making a familiar pinging sound.
I hope that's a yes. And I'll start running in.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get combat set up here, and we'll be right back.
Fight some scarabs.
All right, let's go ahead and reveal the battle map, and we'll tell you a little bit about everything that you see here. So the barricades that you see on either side constitute the opening. You guys were able to make it down this far as combat began. And on either side of those, on this side, you cannot pass through. And we're not going to represent that, but you have to get through these barricades before you can move about the rest of the space freely. You'll see there's a bunch of crystals, a bunch of rocks,
How tall are
some
the barricades?
miners. They are, we'll say that they're 7 foot tall barricades.
Do these scarabs look like any of the scarabs that we've seen before? Or do they look like they might be different models?
They look like the same scarabs that you fought in Terabon.
Okay.
The one that you fought in Willow Creek Hollow was a bit more like intricate and a little bit more streamlined, but these ones are the bulkier models that seem to be
Okay.
protectors.
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and roll initiative here, everyone.
Triggered my fight or flight response. I am a flightless bird.
Son of a...
Bolt.
9.
Victor.
That would be a 25.
25. Eve.
11.
Seredan.
10.
Ezra.
27.
7. Okay. And
Oh,
he-
wait, sorry, 25.
I was like,
I went the other direction.
Who's got higher
you have a
dex?
+7 to your dex?
Ezra or Victor?
I have max dex. What do you probably have max dex too? Huh?
If I can get my thing to go. I'm pretty sure we're the same.
Yeah, +5.
Then
20,
intelligence.
Yeah, +5.
He is better intelligence.
I
I'm
have
sure.
10
0.
intelligence.
Oh, same.
Who wants to go first?
I've got
Yeah.
a wisdom of 14.
Me too.
Charisma of 13.
I have a charisma of 8.
Okay,
You go first.
Strength of 8.
That's
We'll
amazing.
Put,
Strength of
Victor first. We'll put Victor first,
Okay.
which is the top of the round, Victor.
I will try and get us at a good vantage point. And
So you are flying how far above the battlefield at this point?
so we were about 15 before.
I'm still on the broom,
Yes.
so
Dude.
wherever you go, I'm going.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm taking with you.
Cool.
Or taking you with
That's
me. So
Lukan.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna fly
yes, that is
up,
Lukan.
basically just kind of over here above Lukan. So that would be, I can go 30 feet, and so just 30 feet straight across, and maybe, but so just 15, 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Do these guys look like they're carrying bows or ranged weapons?
There's nothing that you can see that would
Nothing we
indicate
can see
that.
indicate. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's where I'll be at, and then I'm farther away than I normally would be. So I'm just gonna throw Shadow Song.
Okay.
At the one in the front.
Yep.
Okay.
Scott, do you want to mark that either with 1 or 2?
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Is I'm far enough away that it will be disadvantaged. So that'll be.
That is
10
number
or
1.
17,
Number
so
1.
that's 10. That is plus 8, so 18. To hit.
18, and that's with disadvantage?
Yes.
18 will hit.
Okay. And that's with Shadow Song. I'm pretty sure that's a 1d4 here. I don't like using this interface.
Go to the webpage then.
And yet you do.
Shadow mean, it's better than that stupid keyboard. Let's try crazy. Punch, miss, and then so whatever. They're all the same. So I already hit. So 1d4 plus 7. Come on. There we go. So that is going to be a 10 damage.
10 damage.
Piercing.
Okay.
And then I can, I guess, kind of see him. And then for bonus action, I'll say, put the Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay. All right. Yep. So
is that concentration?
Yes.
Victor flies over with Ezra, tosses out a dagger that kind of pings into the scarab. It kind of slashes into the ground. You can see that again. It doesn't. These things are a little bit hardier against non-magical weapons. So that's for free. And then after that, it is Ezra's turn.
All right, I'm gonna hop off the broom.
Okay. So you are 15 feet in the air,
Okay.
or 20 feet. How far did you say?
I think you said
I
15.
think 15. Just
15?
wherever
Yeah,
they're.
that's fine. I'll
Okay.
just take a little damage. It's whatever.
You. Never mind.
Take 3 bludgeoning damage.
I think you fall prone as well if you take damage
Oh.
from falling.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check. We'll see if you fall prone.
19 plus whatever, plus 9.
Yeah, superhero landing, you're fine.
Okay, now I'm gonna run up behind that blue crystal.
Okay.
So 5, 10.
Right there?
Yeah.
Go over here.
No, I'll get on the edge right there. Yeah.
Not close to it.
So plus 10.
And then no. Okay. And then let's see. I'll send Ixburn as far as I can to see if I can try and get it.
How far does he have?
I
I think he's 50 or 60 feet at fly speed.
25.
Yeah, so I'll just have him flutter in his face and give me
Okay.
advantage on this first shot.
And then does Expert fly back afterwards? Is that what it says? Like kind of like
He doesn't have a
fly
flyby. He just kind of
No.
gets in the way, and if Cory wants to look at my hands.
Yeah, if I want to, I
thing?
can.
If Cory wants to kill
Wants
him.
to kill Ixburn. Oh, these are horrible rolls. That's gonna be 16 to hit.
16 will miss.
Okay. Shoot. I'll shoot again.
Okay.
There we go. 27 sharpshooters on,
Mhm.
obviously.
Yep. You, as far as you've told me,
Yeah.
you declare that it's on all the time.
Yes, so that will be. So it's going to be 23 total.
23 damage. Okay.
Nice.
And I will stay there.
Okay. Sounds good. The protector in the back is going to move forward 30 feet, probably towards Victor and Ezra as well.
So this goes there. So we go.
30. Okay. And how far away is it from Ezra?
It's like 40-ish feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 to Victor.
Okay. So it's kind of letting out this ping, and it is going to. You see this kind of magical vortex come out from it, and it is going to hit in a 40-foot cube, which might be able to hit everybody actually.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be, from here to
40,
here.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
it would.
So let's see. Each target must make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh.
Nice question.
And +5 for you
Three
back
of
there.
us. Oh my gosh, with the rolls tonight. Okay. Wow. That's an 8.
8.
You know what?
24.
24.
25.
Okay, success,
I'm
success,
gonna use my inspiration.
16.
success.
Are you kidding me?
Failure.
I went from a 2 to a 1.
Okay.
So, 7.
And then roll me
Yeah,
one for
you guys are
carrying
in
as well,
jail.
'cause this will
Yeah.
be affecting.
I think mine's going on right, so.
He got
I
19.
rolled
Don't
well.
sit next to
I'll
that
have
word.
accuracy advantage.
So
Got a
those of
2,
you
a
who
5, and a
failed,
9.
which is Victor and Seredan. Sorry, I wanted to call you Eve there. You are slow. You are affected by slow.
shoot.
So your speed is halved. You take a -2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws, and you cannot use reactions. One of my favorite things, apparently. And then on your turn, you can either take an action or a bonus action, not both. And then you can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during your turn. And then there's stuff for spell casting as well that you
Right.
need to be aware of.
Now we get to
And that thing is concentrating.
We get to save against it
At the end of your
at
turn.
the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Dang.
You pass me that folder, Dallin, the black one, because I think it has Darian stuff in it.
There it is. This one's
This
Oh.
one is
I
concentrated.
thought that one was mine.
And that's Seredan's.
It's the black one.
Is it
It is a black one.
Oh, okay. I was like, confused.
Not that one.
We've got Steve.
Oh, there it is. It's just backwards.
Thanks. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. So sorry.
Okay. And then that is its turn. Eve, it is your turn.
For reals?
Mhm.
This is feeling unsteady.
Oh, this one's
Yeah, it's kind of wobbly.
wobbly. Actually, that's way more wobbly than usual.
I need to fix it.
Yeah.
Alright. I will cast Bless.
Okay. At what level?
At second level. So that will be Sari, Bolt. I can do 4. Let's see. Within 30 feet. Maybe within 30 feet of me. About.
No. Well,
Ezra.
5,
Ezra
10,
and
15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh,
Oh,
there.
Victor is.
and Victor.
Be blessed.
That was like 4 nat 20s in a row, so I'm gonna say that's.
And then
either
I
just
will
spent all my
have
luck tonight,
Darian
or it's not
charge at
or it's way
this
too
guy.
perfect.
Number one.
Is he close
How
enough?
far can I do? 40?
50.
50? Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to barrel through that miner.
Yeah. You
Get out of the way.
Whatever.
Sweep him aside with one of the big floppy ears. Whack.
Ooh.
Okay, so that is. He's so bad. 10.
10 does not hit. The scarab brings its shield around and kind of Darian's horns clang off of it. Almost as if a steed is made for riding and not combat. Weird.
Well, you know what?
I've gotten a few commenters who are like, maybe it's time to upgrade Darian.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
If we get to 5,000 subscribers, we can upgrade Darian.
Dip his
That's a good goal.
horns in
Yep.
adamantine.
So yeah, Eve,
Plus
Darian
one.
goes charging in. You kind of spin Tempered Mercy above your head. There's that kind of small mist that comes out and just surrounds everybody. You kind of have this like almost like green misty snake that's kind of flowing around you, helping guide your actions now. And then
It's okay, Darian. Not everyone can hit the bad guys every time.
Seredan. What would you like
And a
to
quagmire.
do?
So
Yes,
I have
everything
15
is moving.
feet of move speed.
Yep.
Different
Alright. Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna move 1, 2, 3, 15 feet, and then use a bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on it. There's no.
Oh yeah, that's only a
It's a
casting
bonus
time
action.
of 1 action. Okay. So who are you going to cast
on
number
one.
Number 1. Okay. Number
And
1 is now
that's
Hunter's
it.
Marked, and you are concentrating now.
I am concentrating. And then I get to make a save, right?
Yes. Now you go ahead and make another wisdom
do have
saving
bless.
throw.
Does Hunter's Mark
You
help
are
anyone?
not
I
within
think it
your
just helps you, right?
Oh, come back to me.
Come on.
You got too
Hunter's
far
Mark just
away.
helps.
Deal
Sorry.
damage,
Yeah.
extra damage.
Yeah, but just for her, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's a 13 plus. Wow. 14.
14 is not enough.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. Yep. So you've been extremely fast before, and now you are experiencing the other side of it. It's like running through molasses.
That's That's what I feel like
Molasses.
every time I hear.
Molasses. Bolt.
Okay, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Kinetic Jaunt on myself.
Okay.
So I get 10 more movement speed. And I don't provoke opportunity attacks. And I can move through other creatures. I am going to move right up next to him.
Yeah, right. Just kind of zip around the old miner.
Yep. Actually, I'm a lot more agile now, and I actually just kind of like, as I'm running, I just kind of like, whoop, right over the top of him, like almost like a hurdle. No, my. And then I'm going to attack with my Thunder Gauntlets.
Perfect.
Which I have quite a bit better attack now. Plus I get blessed, right, D4?
Yes.
And that's a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay.
Plus a 4 on the D4.
Nice.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
That's my luck for getting rid of all my gold.
Yeah.
Paid a Vondra to help me out.
And that's why
So it's max plus
Colby's
1.
rolls have been so bad. He was very
max plus 1, right?
Max plus, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that's 16 plus 21. 21.
21 damage. Okay.
I don't add my plus again, right?
No.
Just one time. Yeah. 21 damage.
That's what
Okay.
I was doing.
Yeah. And then
Oh.
disadvantage on any attacks
Yep.
except for you.
Yep.
Right?
I'll do a second attack now.
Okay.
Oh, darn. That was like another crit. 17 plus 4 plus 11. 21.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
33.
Sorry, math isn't my strong suit tonight.
Yeah, 32.
Yeah.
32.
Okay. Roll me damage for that one as well.
That one is 11. 11 damage.
Okay. So Bolt comes leaping over this miner. You reach your left hand out, and the alt shield grabs onto its shield and kind of pulls it away, and you just give it a couple good clocks right in the face, still kind of hanging off of it, and then land back down. It looks like its bell has been rung. Okay.
Especially since it was really noisy.
Yes. And then it is its turn. You can see some of those dents are starting to fix themselves a little bit, as it is going to take a single step to the side.
This way?
Yes, towards you, please.
Towards me?
Yep.
Or
Yep.
me?
Not Bolt.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then it kind of rears back and brings a shield down, and it's going to charge through. So it makes, let's see, it moves 30 feet in a single direction. So it's going to try and be hitting Seredan with this.
Okay.
As well.
So it can hit.
Does it provoke opportunity attacks?
It does not.
So it
We
would
don't
go.
have reactions anyway.
Well, we do.
It would end up right there on Seredan's square.
Okay. So any creature caught in its path has to make a dexterity saving throw, please. So we'll start with Bolt.
And that's with the bless, correct?
Correct. The miner does not make his save and gets completely thrown to the side and slams into the barricades.
There goes all my luck for the night.
But, you get +5 for my aura.
Oh, okay. 11?
11 is a failure.
15.
15 is actually a
I'm going to
success.
use the epic die. 14.
Failure.
Oh.
22.
22 is a success. So anybody who succeeded moves 5 feet out of the way of the path.
That way?
Yeah.
That way.
Yep.
Maybe like
And the
It would
miner's
probably
dead.
be, yeah.
that way.
The miner is
Yours would
dead,
be,
yep.
like right here.
Could I choose where I want to move 5 feet out of the path?
Either side.
If I was here,
Yeah.
You were technically right there because
Okay,
he landed
so-
like on your square, basically.
go like that way.
And then you are going to take 10 bludgeoning damage, and you're knocked prone. And then, let's see, so is that the end of the 30 feet right there, or would it have hit the
Yeah,
barricade?
that was-
And I gotta roll. I'm concentrated, so I gotta roll.
Okay, perfect.
Got it.
Yeah, so it just charges on through. Everybody moves out of the way except for Bolt, who he kind of just barrels down a notch to the ground. And then he spins around once he's done, facing Seredan. Top of the round, let's see. You're still 15 feet above, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Victor, it is your turn.
Okay. I will use my action / bonus action to click my boots of speed together.
Okay.
And then I'm going to descend down because I have 30 feet and it only increases my walking speed, so that's 15 feet for the broom.
Okay.
And I will dismount the broom. That's
Okay,
it.
so you land and end your turn
Mhm.
on the ground.
With
Okay.
my heels clicked, so it means I'll have double my walking speed, which is currently 15, so it's my walking speed.
Yep.
You can try and save, right?
And now you can try and save without it being slowed.
Come on, man.
That one.
Oh,
Yep, you are still slowed.
dude, you guys are cursed
I
on
know.
that side.
We're not doing well over here.
Yikes.
Ezra, this
Yeah.
is your first full turn on the ground here. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please,
Shoot.
because you are
In the
near.
cloud.
Yep, you're
Nat
in
20.
Okay, you're good.
I don't
Okay.
get an opportunity attack because it left my. Darn.
I'm going to send Ixburn right back towards them.
Okay.
to
Slapping
flutter.
in the face.
I'm going to get a shot off here. Gosh, I'm poor. That is 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Nice.
All right. For 21 damage.
21 damage. Okay.
And then I'll shoot again. Say 24 to hit
24 will hit.
for 18 damage.
18.
Oh, sorry, 20 damage.
20
Forgot.
damage.
I have a plus 2 weapon now.
Okay. Alrighty, yeah, you rear back and hit a couple arrows into this thing. You shear off like a couple of the plating pieces on it. It is definitely looking hurt.
Okay.
Okay. Then the next is going to be the other protector. He is going to move. Let's see here. Can he move up to bolt? 30 feet.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is one away.
Almost.
I mean, he's a 4x4. So.
Yeah,
That's
but
his
that's
edge will
from
be right
his-
there.
yeah.
That's from his front edge.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to move 30 feet. Wait, what's the reach? Oh, okay, and then he's going to move 5 more to get up to bolt, menacingly over him. Okay, and that's going to be his turn.
Hi.
Ping. Eve, it is your turn.
Okay. I will turn around and come back to this guy over here.
Okay.
Want to come around this way?
Sure. And I will bring out the old
Sensor.
Tempered mercy.
Tempered
Snake
mercy.
holes.
Not the snake holes. Okay, first attack.
Start taking epic dice away.
Whoa, boo.
That is the bad side
That
of the
won't,
table.
that won't stop
That's
Preston.
a 10 to hit.
10 will miss.
Weight plus 4, 14.
A 14 will miss.
Oh,
What
poor
a
Darian.
waste. Okay, second
That wasn't
attack.
Darian, that was Eve.
That was Eve.
Oh.
Is much better. 17 plus 6, 20, 3.
That'll hit.
Okay. 4, 8, nice, plus 6, plus 3, so 17.
17 damage? Okay, perfect. Yeah, the first one
Wait,
kind of
wait,
goes.
Oh, I was gonna also add in a smite.
Okay.
Smite away.
Sweet.
So that's another 6, plus 4, another 10.
Oh, 10.
Nice.
Yeah, the first one goes a little wide. The thing kind of like deflects the shield, but that's enough for you to bring the mace around again. You kind of pour on a little bit of your goddess's fury that slams in and kind of crunches in one of the breastplates. So
Nice.
it is looking very battered and bruised at this point.
And we'll have Darian. I don't think he was far enough away to do a charge. Just have him do a.
Yeah, he was actually.
Was he? Okay.
It has to be
nice.
10 feet, right?
That was 20.
No, it's
oh,
30.
30
No,
or
20. 20.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
20.
he was-
Okay.
Yep.
Then we'll do that. So finally, that's a 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
Darian.
Darian, so proud.
Good bunny.
No, a good.
And,
Okay.
and your piglet's waddling behind.
They're all in the middle of the battlefield while stuff's like going around them.
Yep. Like R2D2.
Yeah.
For 9.
9 damage. Okay.
And it must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Or be knocked prone.
It is knocked prone.
Woo!
As Darian
Darian!
slams into it and topples it onto its side.
Nice.
And it scrapples to get back up.
Good boy.
Okay. Seredan.
She'll look at this thing on the ground and be like, slow down. But I do have advantage on my one attack because it's prone.
Because it is prone.
So, man, still not great. 21.
21 will hit.
4. Don't forget to add the fire damage from my weapon this time.
And your hunter's mark as well.
And my hunter's mark as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a nice DM.
That
Here,
does. Ugh.
Hey.
That's what the ring's for. You gotta check the rings.
17 damage.
17 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you shear a good gash into it, but it's
sorry,
still...
I'm gonna add a smite too. Since I only get one attack, I better make good use of it. That's 7 more.
Okay.
So 24.
Yeah, that's enough. So you bring it in and you kind of twist it around and you pour your might into it and it just kind of like explodes the scarab.
Nice.
The scarapus.
The scarapus. Okay. And then I'm going to make my saving throw to try and get out of this. And I get to add 5. Thanks. That's, oh my gosh. Well, thanks to the... I've got 18.
18's enough. You finally shake off that miasma.
That did the trick!
Okay. Bolt.
Murder always wakes me up. I'm going to use my movement, stand up.
Okay.
And I'm going to just... Actually, as I'm standing up...
Full on, like...
Yeah.
Shoryuken!
Like a little jet boost in your...
The all
in your
still,
shield.
it's the all still kind of pushing him.
Just rusty red magic.
That is a 21.
21 will hit.
Nice.
9 damage.
Okay.
And I'll do second attack. And that's 31.
31 will hit.
Eleven more damage.
Okay. And it did make both of its concentration checks for this load.
Yep. But it is a disadvantage on any attacks other than me.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else you'd like to do?
Bonus action. I will give myself 6 temps.
Okay. Victor, top of the round to you.
Alright, I will use my movement. Let's see what my thing's at.
So the
Yeah,
boots of speed
30.
double your speed, right?
So I'm
Yeah.
going 30. It's my normal 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I'll just go about basically right there. And then I'm going to throw my Cinder Hearth.
Okay.
And this will be a 14 plus 9, so that's going to be 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
And that will be with the flaming portion of it.
Okay, and sneak attack on top of that as well.
Yeah. So we're going to do 24 plus 8. That was plus 6, so that I rolled a 2. So that'd be 10 total. And then for the damage, for the sneak attack, it's going to be 21, so that'd be 31 total plus the d10. 2d10. Roll. 42. 42 total damage.
Okay. Yeah, Cinderheart slashes through and lands on the other side, and the thing kind of stumbles a little bit. It will have to make a concentration check here,
And I'll
which the DC is 21.
21.
And it crit and succeeds.
7. I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll. I rolled a 4. With the bless, it was 7.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 16. And what was the save?
It's a a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Okay. And my wisdom, I'm pretty sure, is a plus 0.
But did you get your D4?
And my d4, so that's 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21's enough. You break the slow, and it's going to just drop it since there's nobody else being affected by it.
Okay.
No reason to have that concentration going on. Okay. Yeah, so Victor shakes it off after a wonderful hit, and then it's Ezra's turn.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Victor, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw at the beginning of your turn.
Oops, let's go to the box. It's cocked. 6 Constitution.
Yes.
9.
9? Okay.
With the bless, that's going to be 13 total.
Okay. Something does happen, but we'll figure out what it is in a minute.
Okay.
You're not feeling so hot though. Whatever this miasma is definitely affecting you. Ezra, at the beginning of your turn, you should roll me a Constitution saving throw as well.
Oh, so bad. 10.
Yeah, you're starting to feel the effects too. You're starting to feel just a little like weaker than before.
You two really should eat better. You're looking a little green around the gills.
I didn't have my bottle of, or shot of vodka this morning.
I've got that Rock Hopper Clan vodka. You want a shot of that?
That's probably what
that'll
it is.
burn
It
everything
burns
out
all
of you.
the stuff out.
Okay, and then it's your turn.
Expert. Go. I'm so sick, but do this for me.
Okay.
Pew. Oh my gosh, a 1, a 2, and a 4. But luckily I got a 4 on my blast, so
How the turntable.
How the turn?
so that's 12. Gosh, no, that's 11. 15.
15, and you are adding in your +2 for your weapon, right? Okay.
Yeah.
15 will miss.
Okay.
Shot number
Take
2.
a second crit.
Nice.
Yay!
Better. All right. So we put those in there. So we're gonna do 10. That will be 37 damage,
37.
and I feel like hitting a. Well, you know what? No, we're just gonna do 37 damage.
Alrighty, yeah, that one goes through one of its shoulders, comes out the back, kind of explodes a little bit of the armor off of it. This thing is looking rather battered as well. But it will take its turn, and it will try and make a pair of slashes down. Oh, I just got rid of my epic dice. Oh, it's gone now. Pair of attacks on Bolt. Number 1 is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Oh, sorry, 24.
Yeah.
14 slashing damage. And then the second one is a 16 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, so the giant sword comes down and slashes into your shoulder a little bit, and then he kind of brings it up and tries to bring it back down again, bring the old shield up and deflect it. Eve.
Okay. We'll just have Darian
Charge again.
charge again. But I will do. Before we get to him.
Get
That is 17 to hit.
17 will miss.
Second is a 21.
Yep, 21 will hit.
So it's 13 plus I will smite as well. Yeah. So it's 23.
23 damage. Okay. And then Darian's attack.
And Darian's attack.
This one feels tougher than the other one.
Oh.
He's the captain. The other one is just the
Captain of the Scarab Guard.
It'll miss.
Okay. Thief. Alrighty. Seredan.
Okay.
Fresh.
Run up. I feel so much better.
Do. Get 1 more AC.
All right. Yeah. So she'll make some attacks.
Okay.
The first is gonna miss. No, maybe not. 17.
17 will miss.
Okay. Next attack is holy crap. You are also in dice jail.
You gotta keep those.
They're all of the
Everything.
dice.
No, I'm gonna use this weird green one. All right, come on, weird green one.
Construct a
Weird
barrier.
green. Weird green.
Did you roll and then re-roll with the green one?
No,
Or-
my second attack
okay,
missed.
second attack missed.
So this is my bonus action
This is your bonus
attack.
action attack.
And that is
I was
better.
like, that didn't work.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Never mind. Rewind. Time magic.
I guess you're in
That's a
control.
27.
Weird green.
27
Succeeded.
will
Weird
hit.
green.
Good job,
succeeded.
Weird Green.
It's my time to shine now, guys.
This is only a single D4 because it's my bonus action.
Non-butt.
But I still get. Jeez, this is so stupid. 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay.
Welcome to my
I'm not
life.
wasting a smite on you.
Okay.
You're gonna be dead before my next turn anyway.
So you're still kind of feeling not quite like
Yeah, I'm like
up to speed.
maybe I'm not feeling as good as I thought I was.
You need to eat better, Sarah.
You say between
Bolt, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Let's do the attacks. 18.
18 will hit.
5 plus 8, 13 damage.
13 damage. How would you like to kill it?
Oh, I'm going to full on uppercut and just take the head right off.
Not the block.
Yeah, dude, it's like the slow motion where it hits and then it like stretches and you can see all like the wires and
Rock and sock and robot.
screws are. Yep.
And then the head kind of off to the side, and the thing just kind of stands there, like it
Just does it do like the robot slump like?
yeah, but it's still standing. It's just broken now.
Nice.
Okay. The
I
miners
was
have
helpful,
been,
guys.
They kind of are watching warily from a distance. Lukan comes around the corner and he goes, "It's nice to finally see you."
You old man, have you seen a man named Lukan? We're looking for him.
It's me, you idiot.
The
Oh,
last 9 days have been really cruel.
you sound like crap.
Well, you're breathing in the same thing that I am.
Get on the broom. Get out of here.
Wait, how old am I? I might want to age a little bit. I might have a better shot with some more bard ladies.
Trust me, you don't want this disease.
Ezra's going silver foxy unicorn.
Oh yeah.
I was just about to learn what they were doing here, but they captured me and sent me to work in the mines.
So, what have you learned thus far? And seriously, you two should get out of this stuff.
Come on, Vicky. We'll get on the broom and
Yeah. In fact, let's get everyone out of this miasma.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys start like leading.
How much do we age?
Right now it doesn't appear like you've aged at all, but you will have both caught a disease, and you'll have to make constitution saves at the beginning of each day to see how that disease progresses.
Touch
Do you
me with your
have
arm.
lesser restoration?
Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
might have.
Actually, I do.
I think it removes disease. I could be wrong.
I think
mean,
restoration
yeah.
does.
I will touch you with my unicorn.
Can
I can't
end
touch
one
myself, but I
disease.
will clear your disease with my unicorn horn.
And so can lay on hands, actually.
Okay.
Let's use lay on hands, because then we have an
Wasn't-
extra. person
Sarah,
to
you
refresh.
want
I
to
have
use yours?
3
You only have
lay.
like what, 5?
No, so you
Yeah,
only
no,
I've
have
got
3
25.
total before the horn is.
Yeah, you've used
Yeah,
one.
you
so
used
you,
one,
Now
you
you
have 2
you've
left.
used 2.
That was the. That
So
was
you have
the
one
Because I
more.
used teleport and healing, and there was 3.
So there was
You need
3
five
healing
lay on
and 1
hands
teleport
points.
before the
Okay.
We'll remove the
that you
disease.
got from that thing.
God.
And then the horn goes away, but you can
Assuming
choose to
that it
keep there if
works,
you
so
want.
it might be a
Gotcha.
weird rare disease that's resistant to
Alright.
lay on hands. I don't know.
Okay. So you 2 fly up in the air before anything else can be done.
Okay.
We'll get to the other stuff in a bit here. You start leading the miners out, and Lukan looks like he's about to start talking to you. When the kind of the place that's being excavated has this little entrance to it, and those open, and a bunch of black and gold robed people start marching out, and they're all wearing these kind of masks that seem to be protecting their eyes and face.
Gas masks.
Yeah, sort of like gas masks. And at their head is a very familiar face who's not wearing anything, actually. He's just, yes, he's completely nude. It is I, Thulian Crawl.
The miasma does nothing to me.
No, he's not wearing any sort of faceplate. He definitely wants you to see it.
Oh, he's an anti-masker.
Yeah.
Of course he is.
And they all kind of like march out and step out to see what's going on. And he goes, "Oh, it's you 5 again."
Which direction?
Hello, Ezra.
That
Come
way. All right.
to fulfill your destiny, I assume.
You are sassy pants. Jeez
I've
Louise.
come to claim justice for all of Aneria. Can't just play with people's lives and get away with it.
I mean, I can. I have. You're living proof.
Until today. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. One of the figures steps in front of him as you fire and brings up a magical shield. And Thulian puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "You see, I don't need the catalyst of change anymore. Not from you. I brought my own." And the person takes off their mask and peels it back, and you see yourself standing there.
What?
And that's where we're going to end tonight.
That was my nightmare, probably. Oh no.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I know I love my cliffhangers, don't I? We'll see what happens next time. But for now, like, comment, and subscribe. Give some love to some diseased people. And, yeah, join our Discord, right?
Yeah, Discord, Reddit.
Okay. See you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.